Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this podcast is scheduled for one guest. In this corner, the mass streamer, weighing in at 350 pounds from parts unknown. Oh, wait, sorry, that's not this kind of podcast. My apologies, everybody, my apologies. Welcome to Streamers Unmasked, everybody. This is the podcast where we get to look at the real lives, loves, and maybe even libations of streamers that we fill our lives with. Why did I want to do Streamers Unmasked? Because streaming and content creation in general is very difficult. Whether you started content creation just to hang out with friends, to have fun, to show off your gaming skills, to become rich and famous, no matter the motivations behind it, it's a rough road. And there's literally millions of other content creators that you are competing against for the views, and 1,000 different things that you have to learn and to do and to get going in order for a stream to go off. You're putting yourself out there on the line and hope to connect with others, and there's a chance that literally nobody will show up to your streams every time. There's no guaranteed success, and streamers are everyday people with real lives, feelings, hopes, and expectations. The name for Streamers Unmasked comes from a poem by Paul Laurence Dunbar. It reads, "We wear the mask that grins and lies, it hides our cheeks and shades our eyes. This debt we pay to human guile, with torn and bleeding hearts we smile, and mouthed with myriad subtleties. Why should the world be overwise in counting all our tears and sighs? Nay, let them only see us while we wear the mask. We smile, but oh great Christ, our cries to thee from tortured souls arise. We sing, but oh the clay is vile beneath our feet and along the mile. But let the world dream otherwise. We wear the mask." My interpretation of the poem being that we go out into our everyday lives, we put a brave face on, we wear a mask, we don't show people our true selves underneath. And as streamers, we wear a bigger and fancier mask than other people. Thus, the Streamers Unmasked podcast. So what is the format for the podcast? We start with real life / IRL questions. We move into the gaming questions, streaming questions, and then we take a break for audience questions. And finally, last but not least, we finish off with a couple questions that are real bangers. But today we have a very special guest on the podcast. Most of you know him because he rated us right before he started. But let's give a nice warm welcome to Mr. BigOlTumnus, everybody. BigOlTumnus, welcome to the podcast, friend.
Hello. One sec. One sec. Oh, Oh, here we go. One sec.
No, you're good. I took the mask off immediately.
Oh, okay. Now I'm ready.
Ready?
Now I'm ready. There we go. How's it going, my friend?
It is going all right. I may or may not have forgot to do one last thing, which is fix this command, but I will do that. Oh,
good. One sec. I gotta first do this because she said it. Bree! Okay, there we go. Now we're good. I always have to.
So my daughter's birthday was today, so I spent the entire day cleaning. I stopped for a stream in the middle, then we cleaned some more. We threw the party, and then I was, letting you know as we went. And then, of course, right before you ended, you were playing some Dark Souls right on the struggle bus, and right before you ended, you got that big old raid, and I was just like,
I know.
You know what? I'll just get dressed and I'll wait.
I was not ready. I appreciate it. I was not ready for it. I was like, okay, we're at the very end. Let's go. And the person was playing Dark Souls 3, so I guess she decided to go to old school Dark Souls, and I guess I was a lucky one. It had to be the dad jokes. It
must have been the dad jokes. It could not have possibly been any other reason.
My whole content, dad jokes, and I'm not even a dad.
It's a problem, but oof, that is a broken link.
Oh, man. But yeah, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy that we dressed up and looked hella fancy,
Oh, I'm not even done. I'm not even done.
Oh, you're not even done.
I'm not even done. I'll wait a little bit. And then I'll show you what's really going on over here.
I'm excited.
It's hilarious. It's amazing.
Oh, I'm so excited. This is what I'm here for. We need to have a professional talk. This is what we're here for. We got to impress chat. We can clean up really nice. Us streamers can look very nice sometimes.
So, did you bring your ice pick with you today, sir?
My ice pick?
Yeah, you bring it with you?
No.
Listen, how are we going to break the ice if you don't have your ice book?
I know exactly how much a polar bear weighs. So we can start with that.
How much does the polar bear weigh?
Enough to break the ice. Hello, how's it going?
Got him. All right, so why don't we start off with some basics? How old are you? What do you do for a living? Where do you live, if you don't mind sharing some of that information with us, friend? Anything and everything in that realm.
Yeah. My actual name, besides Tumnus, is Will Howard. I am 27 years old. I live in Norfolk, Virginia, right on the East Coast, literally 5 minutes from the beach. I got my degree in civil engineering. I actually just got a brand new job. This was my first week in my new big boy job. I got a project quality engineer, and I have no clue what the hell I'm doing, but I'm doing something. I guess I'm doing something right.
I mean, it pays the bills, doesn't it?
As long as it pays the bills, and until streaming can pay the bills, I gotta be an engineer. I guess I gotta be an engineer. And my name, this is, I guess, a unique thing for me. My name, BigOlTumnus, comes from when I was in college. I used to help out with a camp. And when I was doing the summer camp, like I would bring people from the area out to camp and stuff. And I forgot to shave. And you can't really see. I don't know if you can really see, but I cannot grow a beard. I'm not blessed like Zell is. I can only grow really right here and like a little bit here. And at the time, I forgot to shave. So at the end of the week, the hair right here was looking awful. And one of the guys decided he wanted to give everybody a nickname. And he looked at me and said, Will, with that Billy Goat beard you got, you look like Mr. Tumnus from Chronicles of Narnia. And ever since then, I changed all of my socials to BigOlTumnus, and I haven't looked back. That was back in 2012. I'm old.
Well, so what is since you're in engineering, what is your educational background, Tumnus?
I went to Old Dominion University. I graduated fall of 2016. Got my degree in civil engineering technology with a minor in engineering management.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just got an accounting degree online because I failed at my math degree.
Yeah. Well, don't be impressed by me because I also almost failed out of college like 5 times. I was not a good student. Still am not.
I decided to stop before I would fail out. I was just like, listen, I'm not passing my classes at the moment. I'm just done. Clearly, I'm too stressed out to continue.
That's smart. I'm 27. I'm still in debt. And once I'm done with my debt, then I got to pay for my wife's master's. Debt. My wife has a master's and she still has a lot of money. So, college might have been a great thing, but I will say now, unless you're going to be like a doctor or an engineer, I don't know. It's not the best thing ever. It's that debt sucks.
I mean, there's two ways to go with it, actually. There's like the super heavy-ended, extra education, but you more education, but you make more. And then there's the lower end where it's like nurses and pharmaceutical and things like that, where you do less education, do it quicker, and then you'll make more money. There's also like skills training and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's so many different ways to make a living nowadays. Even to like unique stuff on how people younger than us now, there's people who live in vans and just like do like online jobs now and stuff like that. There's so many different things you can do with your life than the classical go to college. But my dad at the time was like, I'm paying for your college, so you're going to college and going to engineering. I said, okay. And then once I graduated, he said, okay, here's all the debt. And I said, wait a second. Wait a second.
I'm paying for your college.
Back up.
I thought you said you're paying for it.
The biggest dupe in my entire life. I mean, I appreciate him. I love him. But the biggest dupe of my life was that.
Oh, man. So, wait, my brain. There we go. Do you have any hobbies outside of Twitch?
Yeah. I am a huge soccer fan. I have followed soccer I've been playing soccer since I was 5. I've followed English Premier League soccer since middle school. Still do. My team is champions of Europe, which is good. Team Chelsea. I love it. I play music. I've played guitar since middle school. I played trumpet all the way through middle school and high school. Bass guitar, a little bit of piano. What else? Animal whiskey snob. And becoming a coffee snob because my father-in-law opened a brewery in the area, a brewery / coffee bar, and I've learned about good coffee because of that. I saw Zellshot 2 said Liverpool is the best. I would say talk to the Premier League tables, but you guys clinched third, so yeah. We'll give you this season. We got you next season though.
What kind of music do you like to listen to?
Oh, see, I feel like a lot of people typically say I listen to everything, but my music has like diversified for so long. When I was in middle school, because of a little game called Guitar Hero, I fell in love with 80s rock music to the point where I went to my mom's after hanging out with my friend for the first time ever playing Guitar Hero 2. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. And then I went to my mom, who was alive in the 80s. She was born in the 70s. So I walked up to her and I said, Mom, have you ever heard of a band called Guns N' Roses? And she looked at me like, oh man, my son is actually that stupid. And she hooked up my little second generation iPod with, she set it up with Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction, Aerosmith, Toys in the Attic, and Van Halen Greatest Hits. And I was like, let's go. And then high school, I got into like my emo phase, and I was listening to like Asking Alexandria, Black Veil Brides, Fall Out Boy. And nowadays, I listen to anything. Right now, I'm really getting into from the countryside, Tyler Childress. There's an amazing playlist that another streamer and his community made. His name's RD Reckless, and I've been listening to everything from there, specifically Band Camino, Your Neighbors, and Emma Rosa, which are basically like electronic alternative rock. I mean, it's so good. I used to say everything except for country, but now there's a country artist that I even like. So it's diversified. I always love listening to new music and seeing if I can find a niche genre that I actually enjoy.
It's usually what I do, as I say everything but country. But I still stick to the country. Like I'm just like, I'm not.
Dude, listen to Tyler Childress, man. He surprised the hell out of me. Like, there's something about his voice and like his music that's really good. And there's no other country artist I like yet. So now I listen to everything except for country, except for Tyler Childress. That's the only exception. There's a lot of excepts there.
What is your favorite band out of all that music that you like? What do you like the most?
Right now, the band Camino. The band Camino. If you've never heard the band Camino, I want you. Oh, what's the album called? Good thing I have Spotify up. The band Camino has this like rock and roll / electronic hype music that's so good. Try Hard album in 2019. Try Hard, 5 songs. Every song will make you want to like roll your windows down and drive 10 miles an hour over the speed limit on the freeway, which is a very good thing. That's a very good praise to have as a band. I'm just saying.
What do you do for your television entertainment? Do you have Netflix, cable?
Man,
that situation like.
So the funny thing is that I've always been into shows, except for the past year. I've been so busy with work and streaming and helping out at the brewery and then family stuff. I don't have a show that I'm watching now, but I will tell you there are a few shows that I put as nearly perfect. Nearly perfect. I've never found a perfect show. I put How I Met Your Mother in there, except for the last season, except for the last episode. Last episode, Suit Up, exactly. The last episode, I was fine with the last season. The last episode was the only thing that held me up. Game of Thrones, except for the last season and a half, it was the best 5.5 seasons of any medieval fantasy show ever. What else? House, I love House so much. House was really, really good. And Peaky Blinders. Those are like my top. I've watched How I Met Your Mother 3 times. I've watched House twice. I haven't gone back to Game of Thrones because the last season messed me up so bad emotionally. I can't go back and watch it from the beginning because I know exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, That'll do it every time.
I know. But like people say the same thing about How I Met Your Mother, but there was something about the journey in How I Met Your Mother that was so good that I'm like, you know what? The ending sucked, but I'll keep going.
I think the thing about How I Met Your Mother too is it's one of those things that you can, so like Game of Thrones and some stuff like that. You have to go in and you have to watch it. Like there's action going on. How I Met Your Mother, you could throw this shit on in the background and like semi pay attention to it. I mean, and the shit never gets old. Like, have you met Ted?
It doesn't.
I still like to this day. Like I'm sitting at work and I'm just like, hey, have you met my friend John?
Exactly, and that's what makes that's why How I Met Your Mother is my favorite, because they did so well to where you could put on an episode and have a laugh, or you could watch the whole series, and then you have special moments with other people who are How I Met Your Mother fans, where you mention something like, have you met Ted? Or the ducky tie, or gosh, what else? Nothing good ever happens after 2 a.m. There's these small little things that everybody knows. And it is this point.
What's the nothing good happens after 2 a.m.? I must hear it. Because there's actually a song by a band named Bare Hands.
Yeah.
That has that lyric in it.
There was this episode on How I Met Your Mother that was talking about any decision you make after 2 a.m. is always going to end up outside of your favor. And Ted was, I guess, trying to just hang out with this chick, and everything went well. And then they showed that the clock turned to 2 a.m. and everything just went to shit, basically. Yeah, basically. I wonder if that
directly wonder if that was a direct correlation between the song and that show. I never even thought about it until you mentioned it.
Yeah, it might have been. I don't know. I haven't even seen that episode specifically, but I still remember it. Like How I Met Your Mother did something so well to like bring moments like that brought the community together, to where like I haven't watched it in a while and I still remember those moments specifically. Super awesome. And it is still the only show to actually make me cry from watching it more than once. It's just a fantastic show.
Do you enjoy reading?
Oh, no. Not at all. I have read...
You sound like that. Put a bad taste in your mouth. You're like... I
have only read the Harry Potter series, and that's it. Every other book in high school that I had to read, in college I had to read, anything like that, I got it from I got it from SparkNotes. There was no other book that captivated me like Harry Potter.
I don't think there is another Harry Potter, really. I mean, so for me, Aragon, but you'd have to get into it to... Mm-hmm. But unless you read those, those were probably... It was Aragon, and then the Inheritance Cycle, and then Harry Potter were for me when I was growing up the ones that I was like... When a new book was coming out, I was like gearing up for it. I'll read all the books in a row. I got this.
Yeah, like the midnight releases for the books at Barnes & Noble back in the day.
We're like midnight releases for fucking PS5s now.
Oh, back in the day, man. I remember standing in line.
Line up for a book like it was a PlayStation.
I know. Back in the no, there's gonna be people in chat that are like, I have no clue what the hell these old men are talking about. But here's the thing though, the Harry Potter series. When I say that that's the only series I've read, I only just read it a year ago. Because the problem is I was such a slow and bad reader back in the day. I would try to start reading it, and then there would be that kid, because I was a kid when they came out. I would try to read them, and there would be this one kid that would be like, "Oh no, this is what happened at the end." I'd be like, "Sweet, I'm not gonna read it then." And that's, I guess,
Thanks for ruining the entire book for me, Jackass.
Exactly, it happened every book, all seven, and I was just like, man, oh, I'm just hurt. So like, I love the movies. The movies are what got me into Harry Potter, and I love Harry Potter. I've done all the quizzes on Pottermore. I want to get a Harry Potter tattoo at some point in my life when I have money for it. And so last year I was like, you know what? I need to read the books. Everyone says the books are better. I need to. And the funny thing is, I hate reading. My wife loves reading. She not last year, because last year she was super busy. The year before, she read 86 books in a year. And her goal last year was 100, and then she got busy with social media stuff because she does the social media for my father-in-law's brewery. Harry Potter was the only book that I read, and I would just blink, and I was like 30 pages in, and an hour went by or something like that. It was like I got sucked into the story. And I told my wife that, and she's like, yeah, that's why books are amazing. That's why books are great. And I just never knew. And I still haven't given another book a try, personally.
What food do you like to eat?
Ooh, food. I consider myself a food snob as well as a coffee and whiskey snob. One of my biggest things is I love going somewhere new and trying one of their local restaurants. If I go to a new city, I'm going to look on Google for local restaurants and try to find the best review one and go there and eat there. Some of my best foods, I'm a huge fan of sushi. I will eat sushi. If I could eat sushi any day of the week, I would. Good steak, a good burger. I'm always on the hunt for the best burger in a city. I found the best burger in my city, and it is unbelievable. It's $14, but God, it's so good. Huge fan of Chick-fil-A. I love Chick-fil-A so much. They have a rewards program, and I'm already maxed out on it. I've been maxed out on it for this year and next year because I have an addiction. Before I got married, because here's the thing, there is a certain level of money, and I've said this all the time. When you're in high school and college, you have no money, so you can't do anything. Then you get that sweet in between where either you graduate college or you either graduate college or you get your first job. You're not married. You don't have to spend your money on anybody else but yourself. And that's the good times. And then you get married and your money splits, and then you have a kid, and then you have no money again, basically. That's basically what I've figured out. When I had that sweet in between before I got married, when I had my first job, I ate at Chick-fil-A at least 3 times a day. 3 times a week, sometimes 4.
It reminds me of from like 16 to 19. I had a job from like later in high school up into college, and I just I got my own phone. I got all the video games I wanted. I got my own Xbox. And now I have 3 kids and I ain't got none of that shit. I mean, that's not true. It's not true. But at the same time, it's like, I used to just I'd carry money around with me. I'd carry like $300 in my wallet. And now I'm very frugal. I mean, first off, I don't carry any money with me. But I'm also,
who carries cash nowadays?
Way more frugal with my spending in all situations because I'm not walking around just making it rain.
Yeah, and on top of that, nowadays it's if I want to make a big purchase, I have to at least let my wife know. I got to be I can't just drop a grand on a new tattoo and then come home and be like, babe, look what I got. You know,
I mean, you could.
I could, but it's not wise. It's not wise at all. You know, it's just it's one of those things. But I tell you what, that sweet period, that couple of years, I wouldn't go back to it because I was stupid back then. I was very stupid. I still am, but I was even more stupid back then. I ate Chick-fil-A so much. I bought any video game I want, any music equipment I want. I bought some tattoos in that time that were a little expensive. I was living, financially wise, it was kind of just whatever the hell you want. It doesn't matter. Now it's I gotta think about savings. I gotta think about my 401k. Oh God. So much stress.
Since you're a food snob, do you cook yourself?
So, I do cook a little bit. The way that me and my wife's dynamic works is I cook all the meat and she cooks all the vegetables. I can cook the hell out of a steak. I pan fry my steaks and they are fantastic. I do the old Gordon Ramsay recipe that's on YouTube that I learned, and I'll tell you what, works like a charm. It works like a charm. But I'm mainly the meat cook, and my wife does all the vegetables and stuff like that, and then forces me to eat them. sadly.
So what's your family unit like? Is it just you, your wife?
So it is me, my wife, and it's my dog. My dog is he's right over there. He's taking a little snooze.
Just chilling in your computer room.
He's always in the room. He's always most of the time especially if my wife's not here, she's always he's always just there taking a nap. And then I'll go over during stream, pick him up and hold him for a minute, and he hates his life. And then I put him back and he goes back to sleep.
Sometimes that's usually treats.
Sometimes he's on a diet right now because he's a little too chunky. So I had to change my channel point reward to giving Milo a treat to 5,000. And I had to put in parentheses, he's on a diet, and no one's given him a treat since then. I'm like, okay, this sucks, but it's the right thing. It's the right thing.
Considering we're still in the wrap up towards the end, hopefully, of the pandemic, how did COVID impact your life?
See, the weird thing is that COVID didn't really impact my life that much. I worked in construction. So before this engineering job, I was working as a assistant project manager for a testing company. And construction really didn't slow down at all. If anything, my life got busier when COVID hit, which is a very unique thing. Because I was still working 50 to 60 hours a week. On top of that, when COVID was going, I wasn't streaming at that time. I started streaming in December. So I was working a lot. And then on top of that, July of last year is when the brewery opened up, and I started working there on the weekends. So I was working 50 to 60 hours at my real job. And then to help my father-in-law's dream kind of come true, I picked up an extra 8-hour shift every weekend on a Saturday, usually, to work there. So my life got busier. I was waiting for something to happen where they say, hey, we're shutting down the construction projects and stuff like that. And they were like, no, we're going full force. If anything, it went more because there was less traffic on the roads. So I was working my ass off during then, and I was tired. I was so exhausted.
I think that I had a similar experience, so I never got laid off. I actually worked the whole way through, and we laid off most of the restaurant. I worked in a restaurant, and they were just like, okay, we're going to pick 10 cooks. And I was just like, please let me leave. Please let me leave. Nope, no chance in hell. Well, everybody who wasn't picked got like all that bonus money and shit on unemployment, and I'm just sitting there at like 25 hours, just like,
oh, God.
And then we're doing extra work on top of all that, and then my kids are home. We're homeschooling the whole time up until recently. It's been crazy, like, oh my goodness. So I completely can relate to actually feeling I was busier.
Yeah,
like, I feel like nothing settled down until recently. My kids went back to school. They've been in school for like a month. We got all our vaccinations. As of Sunday, I'm officially like in the clear as far as that goes.
Congrats. But, I still got technically another 2 weeks. I just got mine 2 days ago. My second one.
But
yeah, it got busier, and like I was being selfish because I was looking at people who like got time off work, basically paid, and I was sitting there on the beach, and I was just like, I should be happy that I have my job. But it's like one of those grass is always greener scenarios where you're just like, man, I wish I could just get a few weeks off of work and stuff like that. That'd be so nice. And then my wife, so her whole thing was she used to work at a nonprofit organization to help break the cycle of homelessness. And the way they would do that is they would bring homeless families in, give them temporary stay, hook them up with a job coach, hook them up, sending them to interviews, giving them interview clothes and stuff like that, basically helping them get a job. And then once they're financially like more stable, they would let them go and get them into more permanent housings and stuff. And she did that for a few years. And then she was like, I want to be a librarian. And I was like, well, let's do it. And so she did that, and she did it for a month. And then she got laid off because she was the newest person at the public library. So she had some time where she was unemployed, collecting unemployment, staying at home full time. And then she picked up the job to work. She does events, of all the event coordination at the brewery, and also all the social media stuff. So there was a lot of changes during that where I was working more, and then she changed all jobs completely during all of that. So it was a lot. It was a very tiring time, not in the sense of stress like some people had, but tiring in the sense of like, man, I just want a break.
I mean, there were definitely, so it was like for every 2-3 people that were not working at all, there was one person who was just like extra workload, you know? Because it's like, you know, like all the grocery store people, all the people in healthcare and stuff, like they all, not like everybody got time off. It's just the vast majority of people.
I know. And then on top of that, the construction workers weren't in front of the line to get the COVID shot. And like everyone else did. And I was like, I thought we were essential workers. What was really funny is my brother-in-law, he is now in school to be a lawyer, but before he worked as a consultant to teach, basically he taught Centera workers, which is a hospital, how to use their online system and stuff. He technically didn't work for the hospital. He worked as a consultant for the hospital. But he got an email and he was in the first line for a shot, and he worked from home the entire time. I was like, how did you get that? So he got it last year or something like that. He's had it for a while. But that was like the weird thing. It was like, I was like an essential worker, but not an essential worker.
I mean, I was too, though. I was essential. I was stuck cooking food for everybody who wanted delivery, but at the same time, it's not like I was getting any favors done for me.
I know. It's just like, man. Yeah, that was a time where, like you said, the essential workers or the people who called themselves essential. I didn't think construction was an essential working thing.
No, I didn't think that making food for people for them to not cook at home was essential either. Like,
yeah, it was like we were essential but not essential. Yeah, it's like I would say the self-called essential workers, were the essential workers, and the self-called essential workers were just tired and run ragged, man. I'll tell you what, it was a hard summer, but you know, a lot happened, and I would, you know, in the end, I wouldn't change it because now, you know, my wife has a new job that's even better, a lot more stable, lot better hours. And, you know, on top of that, from that hard work is what got me to my job now where I'm at. So, you know, sometimes you got to work your ass off to, you know, you got to work your ass off sometimes to be able to look back a year later and be like, you know what? It was worth it.
So I wrote this, by the way, a little bit after I may or may not have walked out of my job. So I have to ask everybody now for the podcast. Okay. Do you have a good walkout story, Tumnus?
Oh, I do have a good walkout story. So, young Tumnus back in the day. This is the beginning of 2017. I didn't have a full-time job, a full-time engineering job at least. I just graduated. I picked up a job at Jersey Mike's. I don't know if you have a Jersey Mike's, Zell. If you do not, if anyone in chat, or if you don't know what Jersey Mike's is, it is a sub shop. They're known for making subs, what's called Mike's Way, which you get a sub. They put onions, lettuce, tomato, oil, vinegar, oregano, and salt. And it is amazing. I love Jersey Mike's almost as much as I love Chick-fil-A. So when I got hired, I told them, I said very clearly in my interview, listen, I'm only doing this job to continue to have an income until I find an engineering job or something in construction. Once I get an offer like that and I like it, I'm going to be taking it and giving my 2 weeks. They said, okay, that is fine. That is completely understandable. So 2 months goes by and I get a job and I take it. And I go up to my boss at the time. His name was Tristan. And I say, listen, I just got this offer and I'm taking it and I'm going to give you my 2 weeks. Just to let you know, I'm not going to leave now. I told him that I want to at least work 2 weeks here so that you can know, so that you can find someone to replace me. And I feel like that was a respectable thing to say. I gave him 2 weeks. I didn't have to. A bunch of people quit before me that just left. And he looked at me dead in my eyes and said, Well, that kind of fucks me up because basically hiring you was equivalent to taking $1,000, throwing it in the trash, and setting the trash can on fire. And then he walked away. And I was like, what happened? And I still had another 6 hours with the guy. I was stupid enough to do this at the beginning of my shift.
So, like, here's the thing. That's, I think 2017 was around the time where companies decided to be more aware of, like, training and hiring costs.
Yeah, so it's expensive.
You picked the best time to do that.
Oh, yeah. Right. Well, the best part was the next day I came into work and he was there and he looked at me and he said, I want to apologize for what I said. That was, not polite of me to say. And I said, it's okay. I forgive you. And then he said, it was more like $500 than $1,000. And then he walked away again. I've never been to that sub shop again because he owns that sub shop and I'm going to get my Jersey Mikes from a different place. But yeah, that was my weird
franchise situation. That does make it a little bit different.
Because,
everything's on him in that situation. It's not like the corporation takes it all.
Yeah, no. The way Jersey Mike's works is that it's kind of like Chick-fil-A a little bit, where you buy into a company, and then with that money, you make, you work there, you build it up and stuff, and you make revenue and stuff. So I do understand that he was pissed. It's just, I told him beforehand that if something came, I'm taking it, and I don't know, man. It was a bold thing to respond to, though. I give him kudos for the guts. I'm never going to meet him again, so I'll tell him that. But good Lord! So now I know if I'm ever going to quit a job, do it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
End of the day.
Either walk out or just wait till the end.
Yeah, if you're giving your 2 weeks, end of the day. If you're going to walk out, do it whenever you want. Just make sure you throw your apron down and just say fuck this shit. I'm gone.
Time to move into the next section. It's going to be the gaming sections. I mean, first off, it's a little
Let's
hot.
do it.
A little hot in here. I think I should take care of this suit check situation.
No.
Killing me.
I'm waiting to see it. It's a little bit delayed on the stream. Let's see this. Let's see this beautiful thing. Oh my God. Oh, it blends into. You're just a floating head with a tie. I love it.
Figured I'd get all fancy for you. This is what I came up with, by the way.
Dude, I need to get a green screen.
You said you were going to dress up, and I was just like, look at what I have in my power.
Floating head with a tie. That's fancy. Have you ever seen Pay Money Wubby?
No, I have not.
Pay Money Wubby. He's a very popular streamer. He pulls like 14 to 20,000. His whole thing is he has a full green screen suit that he puts over his head to where you literally only see like this part of his face. And he's so funny. And I see that and I'm like, man, I want to do that.
I've seen somebody recently like that. His name is Cardboard Cowboy. And either A actually has a cardboard cutout, or I think he does like just his face and the green screen and stuff.
Oh man. Yeah,
it's a similar situation.
I need to get a green screen. I feel like I could do so much funny stuff with a green screen.
I don't know what you're talking about. This isn't funny at all.
Oh, I love it. No, that's great. I love it.
Yo, so
that's prime comedy.
I got these shirts the other day, and I wore it on like Tuesday, and then everybody was just like, "You gotta wear that more often." I'm like, I'd have to buy more. I bought more green screen shirts, and what I like about them is, as you can tell, you can see that I have a shirt. It's not fully see through. The green screen's a different color than the shirt. This is like a highlighter yellow. Also, you know, I can do this. The only thing is, my tie won't stay up because I don't have anything to hold the actual tie on. But you know,
you gotta ring that thing to where you're almost choking if you want to keep that thing
choke
up.
Myself.
Oh,
sorry.
That's a different site. We need to go to a different
website
platform if we're gonna start doing that. Well, you can always do the cool guy. Like, I just got done with my 9-to-5 job and just kind of have it down like that.
Leave it open.
Yeah, or you just got done with a wedding, you're in the reception, and you're here to party or whatever. You know, like
I do that every single time. Every time I ever have to wear a tie to any association situation, whatever. Don't know why it's association. Any situation I wear a tie. Whenever I am done with that, the tie comes off. I don't give a fuck.
I don't like ties. I understand it's men's fashion and whatever, it is what it is, but like, God, they need to find a way to make ties still look the same, but more comfortable to where I'm not like feeling constricted.
Yeah.
You know, it's just.
I think suits are like that in general. Like they're stiff. Like, cause you
especially this day and age. This day and age, everything needs to be tailored and fitted, and like nice and tight. You need to keep all your biddies in check, like in the suit, and you don't have a lot of room to move around. So every time I'm at a wedding, when the reception comes, the tie gets loosened, the top button unbuttons, and the jacket comes off every time, every single time. Unless I'm in the wedding and I have to take pictures, I guess that would be the only exception. But man, and I do this every month for my community night. So every month, every month for community night. So
I plan on having a channel point reward. It's a time that you suit up. Just gonna say suit up, and it's gonna be. But I decided to go with for reasons. I decided to go with the Gaming God Takeover one first.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do that, and then after I do that and get that all set up, and I have to like plan that out, then I'll do the suit up. So,
suit up would be really funny if you just got a JPEG image of a suit and you line it up on your camera, just right below your neck or whatever. Just crop out the head to where it just.
Fair, I bought a bunch of like semi-expensive suits recently because I was looking for jobs in the accounting field. So I'm gonna wear one of these, Tumnus. I'm gonna wear one of these.
I didn't know we had a badass here.
No, I had to buy them for interviews and stuff, and I was gonna be working in an office, and then nobody called me back.
Oh, big sad. The big Sag.
So, do you like video games, Mr. Tumnus?
Not really.
Okay, another check mark. Another check mark in the sarcastic answer box.
Yes, I love video games. I
should have kept an actual tally, by the way, because like 1 or 2 people that have said yes. Most everybody is just like fucking video games.
Oh, the worst. I'm trying to obviously be a hot tub streamer here.
Clearly.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get I'm playing video games to get the following, and then boom, once I get to like 30 average viewers, hot tub coming out.
I have logic of around 30 average viewers. That like similar, like boom, like taking off, but it does not involve hot tubs.
Oh.
That awkward.
See on my stream, this is where I would hit the zoom feature and my face would zoom up and I'd just be like, oh. Well,
I still need to mess around. I bought a brand new camera and I got the Stream Deck and all this cool stuff. I don't even know how to zoom, like do like a auto zoom like you have on there.
I literally made another scene, and I just took my camera and I literally pulled it up and then I just click a button.
I just haven't been able to like do all this stuff. You should see my Stream Deck. It's a mess. It's a complete mess. For anybody who has a Stream Deck, they'd probably look at this and be like, disgusting.
I need to get a Stream Deck. I do all my hotkeys on my F keys. So that's a struggle.
I do too, and then I'm playing Doom, and somebody tells me to switch to your tactical grenade. It's F1 or F2, and in the middle of playing, there's a clip of it. In the middle of playing the other day, I hit F1, and my starting soon screen comes up.
Oh.
And I finished the level, and you can hear the very menacing audio, by the way. All shotgun blasts, and then all of a sudden a chainsaw comes up. And then, but I don't have my mic added to that scene. So it's literally just the fucking menacing ass audio.
And it says starting soon. Yeah. welcome in, new viewers. We're starting soon. This just sit back, grab a fancy drink of your choice, and just listen to this chainsaw.
Why 17 people are watching this guy on a starting soon stream with the audio in the background. It doesn't make any sense.
You're just that good. You're just that good, obviously. You're built different.
Would you consider yourself to be good at video games, Tumnus?
Hell no. You know this for a fact from watching my stream today. Listen, I always said this. This is if someone could go into the Twitch archives and see one of my first legit streams. I've always since the beginning of me deciding to streams, as I've said this, listen, you don't come to my stream to watch good gameplay. You come to my stream to watch me suck and then be like, oh, I'm actually not that bad at video games. I give myself too much of a hard time. If I can get someone to say that is a check mark. That is a successful stream for me. Because
see, I'm the opposite, but I almost feel like as far as streaming is concerned, it's better to be bad than just to be good.
I guess, yeah.
Sometimes I'll be playing a game and I'll be like crushing it, like stream wise, and then the game will end because I fucking finished it too quick, and then I'll just be like that awkward moment where I'm just like, oh, well, goodbye everybody that I won't ever see again. I hope you enjoyed your Cuphead.
Oh, hope you enjoy your Cuphead for 15 minutes. Yeah, I don't have to worry about that. You know, if a game is meant to be played in 8 hours, I guarantee you I could almost double that because I'm gonna fail that much.
I believe after your Dark Souls today, I believe that you were trying to get past the one white night in Anne Orlando for like 2 hours, 2.5 hours or something. I was like, oh, this is the same spot that we were in when I first came to the stream. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. If you don't know in chat, I streamed for about 3 hours. We started the game about 15 minutes into the stream. From the 15-minute mark to about the 2 hour and 45-minute mark, I literally kept playing the exact same little like path or whatever and died every single time. I died probably 50 times. I would not be even surprised by that. And every time I died, halfway through that, I told a dad joke. So, you know, quality content, I guess. People stayed. People liked it, so I guess it worked.
I don't see, for some reason I remember some jokes, okay? And I like comedy. I like a very amount of comedians. I'm going to say most of the jokes I do remember probably inappropriate for streams.
See, I just literally like Google search during one of my deaths. 145 dad jokes that are actually funny. And I was like, you know what? This works.
See, listen. Once again, that's the whole like setup stuff.
Yeah. Who needs
incoming dad jokes on my stream? Dad jokes and questions of the day. That's what we're going to be doing now. Oh. I don't know about the dad jokes.
I still have the list up though. So if we want to go into a dad joke section, you know, if chat wants a dad joke section, everyone and every single person in chat just needs to say dad in all caps and I'll give a dad joke. But it needs to be everybody. If one person fails to do it, then we're not doing it. We're either here as a team or we're not here.
This just reminded me of my son. So I stream, when I started streaming, I started with no preconceptions of streaming. Like I never actually watched like bigger streamers. I watched a couple, but they were very different from like the big people. And my son comes into the room and goes, "Put Damien's stream challenge in lowercase letters, one word, and I'll do a stream challenge." And I'm just like, "Where did you hear this from, my child? You've gone so far from where you should be."
Oh my gosh.
Or like we were playing Minecraft and he's just like, I'm about to mine a diamond. Pro gamers in the chat, spam those pro gamer emotes. And I'm like, I have none of this. Like I can't, like, that's not me. I'm not there.
Oh, okay.
Apparently we want dad jokes now because Tumnus started with it. Tell us a couple dad jokes.
Let me find a good one. Okay. Hey chat, I made a pencil with 2 erasers. It was pointless. Oh, that was good. That was fire. That was fire. Oh, this one's my favorite one. This one is not in the list. This one's my favorite one. Chat, I need to be honest with you. And there's some explaining to do. I came out as a soap addict for the past 5 years. I've been a soap addict, but it's okay because I'm clean now. That one's become my favorite. That one's by far become my favorite. Let's get one more. Chat, where do fruits go on a vacation? Paris. Oh, there we go. We got.
And walks into and a table. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What? Who was that? Hello?
Wait, what?
Hello?
Did somebody come into the general chat?
I think so.
Not happened before. People don't use my general chat. I think the crickets definitely helped that one out.
There we go.
Got us through some of that humor. back to the video game questions.
Yeah,
Mr.
back to
Tumnus.
video. We were here for video games, and we went to dad jokes.
Listen,
I mean, that's what happened when you're with me.
That's how you know it's going well. You go somewhere else, and then you got to rein it back in, go back to the topic, and then you go somewhere else, and then you're just like, oh, fuck, I left my... Oh, yeah, reel it in, get it back in here.
Where are my shoes? Where do my shoes go?
My shoes are not on right now. Do you stream with shoes? Ooh. New question. Do you stream with shoes on?
Well, let me just put these bad boys on. There we go.
You disgust me. You're a disgusting creature. You fucking... Oh, man. I bet you had pants on, too, didn't you? Ugh, gross.
Always got to... You never know. You never know when the IRS is coming for their tax money and you got to run. You never know. You always got to be prepared for a run. You never know what's going to happen, man. Come on.
Do you play multiplayer or single-player games most prominently?
As of right now, I've been are you talking about in general or for stream?
In general, like
for
games, not for stream.
Okay. In general, I've played more multiplayer games. Biggest game has been League of Legends, which is just an awful addiction that has come back to haunt me ever since me and my college roommates decided to pick up the game sophomore year, which was 2014. You know, I love playing multiplayer games. You know, before streaming, I really only played games with friends. That was my favorite thing to do. Me and my friends were all just a bunch of nerds that loved to play video games with each other. So whether it was League of Legends or Call of Duty or Apex Legends, or in our house, in our college house, we had a regular old N64. We play Mario Party or Mario Tennis together. I loved playing video games because those were some of the great moments I would have with my friends. And even now, all of my college friends are different parts of Virginia now, and we still hang out with each other at least once a week, usually 2 or 3 times a week, and play 1 or 2 games of League of Legends and catch up and stuff like that. And it's really the video games are the main reason why I still have like my core college friend group still around. So yeah, it's always been multiplayer for the most part. To be
honest, I feel like a lot of my friends have been like the similar situation where it's like you come back for video games.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's simple because now with the power of Discord and online plays and stuff like that, there's so much. There's so much easy ways to just play with each other. And that's what I love about it. That's why I've always loved playing video games, is because it's a unique way for people just to hang out and have a fun time, especially when you're stressed out with adult life. It's so fun to just zone out and either laugh with your friends or rage at something pointless with your friends. You know what I mean?
And play with each other.
And play with each other. Always play with each other.
Are you competitive in video games?
I am very competitive, which is why you will never see me stream something like League, because that brings out a competitiveness in me that I don't want chat to see. It's bad.
Toxicity.
It goes into everything in my life. Sport. It came out in sports when I first was playing. It goes to video games. Magic the Gathering. I cuss up a storm when something doesn't go my way, and that game is all about screwing each other over. I've always been a very competitive person, very passionate competitive person, and you know, there's many reasons why I play single player on stream, and the competitiveness is definitely one of them.
It's also, I think it's a lot harder to manage like comms and shit. Plus, when you're playing an online game like League of Legends is a great example. It's so hard to do everything else well. Like I feel like League takes up like all the attention, so then having chat on top of that and actually paying attention and giving people the time that they deserve is just fucking...
Dude, I'm already bronze 3 without stream. So imagine what I would be if I'm also trying to like entertain and like navigate talking to chat. Like it's just hard. At least with something like Dark Souls, I can stop at a point and read chat and tell a dad joke and stuff like that. But something with League or Call of Duty, it's always on.
That happened in Doom. That happened in Doom for me, where like I would look at chat and then I would get insta-killed, and then I would get irritated.
Yeah, that's why I stopped playing
what
Celeste.
You said wasn't important.
That's why I stopped playing Celeste. In my early, like within the first month of me streaming, I played Celeste, and I loved Celeste. It was a great game, but it was not a good stream game for me because I realized that when people came into my stream, they would just see me do this. And that's not entertaining. That's not entertaining. It's a great game. I love it. And Celeste has a very, very strong group of followers, and I completely understand why. It's a fantastic game, but I couldn't keep streaming it because it wasn't entertaining. And, no one wants to just see me zone out at a screen.
What is the first console you ever played on?
First console, N64. My dad got it for me for my birthday with Super Mario 64 and Mario Party. And that is when I became a fan of video games. Fun fact, I never beat Super Mario 64 as a kid because just like Tumnus now, Tumnus back in the day also sucked at video games and had a very short attention span and would just kind of play the game for fun. I've never played a game in my like early days, like a story-based game with intentions to beat it, until now. When I was a kid, I would just play games and be like, oh, this is a cool place to go to. Oh, I love jumping into this painting. This is a cool world. I would spend hours in the first world after everything's already been beaten. I've gotten every single star in the first like painting or whatever. I would still go back to it because I loved it. I love the Bob-ombs and all of that. I loved King Bob-omb. But yeah, N64 was my first one. Super Mario 64 is what got me into video games.
So, what is the first game you ever fell in love with?
The first game I really, really fell in love with. The first game I really fell in love with. There's two games. And I don't know which. They both hit me at the same time. And they're both two completely different types of games. The first one was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Again, community game. I played with my best friends in high school. I played every single night. I remember trying to master my quick scopes on high rise. I was in a clan. We played games every night, school nights, all the time. I loved it. And that, like, I play the Call of Duties now, and I always am like, you know what? It's not like Modern Warfare 2, and it never will be like Modern Warfare 2. Personally, the second one would be Elder Scrolls Oblivion. Elder Scrolls Oblivion. Before this, my games were Nintendo games and Call of Duty. Elder Scrolls was something completely different than what I ever experienced. But there was something about just the endless. I already loved medieval fantasy, and you add in just the amount of gameplay. I played every possible thing I could play in that game. I did everything I could in that game, and even when I beat everything, the main quest, the side quest, the tertiary quest, all of that, I still went and played the game until Skyrim came out. I played Skyrim. I played everything I could do in the game, and then I had it saved on an external hard drive. That got stolen, and I started all over. And I've already said to my wife, when the new Elder Scrolls comes out, which I think is in like 2 years, I said, listen, you're going to have to understand that this is different. I'm going to need a week off of, if I'm a dad duties. I'm going to need a week off of husband duties. I'm taking a week off of work, and I'm only playing that game. Because that is like, so it's probably the Elder Scrolls series, if that's how I'm feeling towards that. It's just, I don't know what's about. It's the amount of content. It's the storytelling. It's just such a good game. And I hope the new series is really good.
I think that I've always envied everybody who took like a day off or 2 days off, or they take their vacation to play a video game that they were waiting for. Because like, I'm like, oh man, I'm so bad because I'm the opposite. It's like, I want to play these games, but I'm also just frugal as fuck. So like, I'm bad. I'll be like, I don't know if it's worth my $65.
Oh no!
And then I'll wait for a game and wait. There are probably a couple exceptions, but then again, every time I get a game, oh man, every time I like take the leap, especially as a streaming makes everything all fucking fancy and weird and makes my head do backflips and stuff. Like I bought Melody of Memories, and then immediately after I bought it, like the whole DMCA you can't even play that shit on stream happened. And
there's so I spent hours trying to, like, when I know a game's about to end, I spend hours trying to find what is the next game that I'm going to play, because you got to balance so much. You got to balance the ability of, one, do you even want to play the game? And even then you can look at trailers, but you don't even know, you don't want to spoil it for yourself. Especially if you play like, story-based games. So you really just watch the trailer and you're like, this kind of looks cool, so we'll try this. You have to see if it's even a good streamable game, and then you also have to see if you will even be able to get show up on it. There's so much to it. When I finished Resident Evil 8, it's the next thing I spent, probably an hour to 2 hours going back and forth between Hollow Knight and Little Nightmares 2, and it was hard. I made the right choice. I fucking love Little Nightmares 2. It's so good.
I think. So I haven't gotten into the first Little Nightmares. I was thinking about playing it, and then of course it becomes. I have this timing thing on my streams where every time I think about playing something or get to a new game, I waited for Final Fantasy VII. The day I started, it was free on PlayStation Plus. Like literally.
Kidding me?
No, this is like a recurring thing. This happened with like 3 games in a row. It was that. It was something else. And then Little Nightmares. I thought about it, and then it becomes free, and I'm just like.
Dude, you're so lucky. That's amazing.
So lucky. But I will also say that I don't think that you should have taken on Dark Souls and Hollow Knight at the same time.
No.
Listen, as much... Oh, man, this is almost going to hurt me to say. As much as I love Dark Souls, Hollow Knight's better. It's just so
really
game. Oh, my fucking God, is Hollow Knight so good. But it's also, like... That's the only game that I played literally gotten to the level I am at it. Like, I was playing I was like astounding myself playing this last week or two when I was playing through it, doing some of the bosses and shit. I was like, man, I feel like I'm actually good at this game.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't think I could double up on that. When I looked, the big thing, the reason why I didn't do Hollow Knight is because I was already playing Dark Souls.
Yeah.
And this kind of had a little bit of a Celeste vibe where it looks like a hard game, where you're gonna die a lot and you're gonna learn. Yeah.
No, it's
from your death.
like Celeste meets Dark Souls meets So Celeste is kind of the meets Dark Souls meets Metroidvania.
Oh, okay.
But listen,
yeah,
but you don't have to. If you do look at that game, you don't have to beat the whole game. There's like 112% in the game. There's harder and harder challenges.
Wow.
You don't have to do all that. You can literally get overpowered and then beat the final boss. Massively overpowered. I did it. On my own stream, I was overpowered and I just stomped the shit out of him. Like,
oh, okay.
So you can do that.
So it's not just linear. That's good.
Oh yeah, not linear at all.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
It's like Metroidvanias are so cool, especially with like some skips and shit that you can do in them.
Yeah,
like, it's just.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But I in the end, it was like I'm already playing Dark Souls, and that's already kind of like a sweaty, intense game. So I was like, let me play Little Nightmares like it's story driven. And I'll tell you what, when I looked at that trailer, I was like, dude, here's the one thing that will sell me on a video game. If the art style is beautiful, I'm not talking about graphics, because Little Nightmares graphics wise isn't anything special, but the art itself is so good. So good. I was like, I need to play this. If you have a good art style in your game, I will play it. I will love it. I will love it so much. I'm a huge fan of seeing how artists create their own unique design in video games. It's just super beautiful. And Little Nightmares is like a staple to that. It is so good. Dark Souls as well. Dark Souls is I'm playing the remaster on Dark Souls, and I really love, every time I see a Praise the Sun, I'm like, oh, I'm going to look at something epic. I'm so excited.
I think Dark Souls was, and I know you're going to have this moment when you finally beat it. It's one of those games where you get to the end and you're just like, I mean, you do it when you beat one Silver Knight.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I can only imagine your
getting,
elation. It's one of those games where you get to the end and you're just like, yeah, boy.
Oh yeah.
It's just you feel good inside because you beat the fucking video game. Like that's why. By the way, this is why I'm like a Souls head and like a challenge junkie in video games now. It's because of Dark Souls. I beat that for the first time. I was at my buddy's house. I was doing the final boss fight.
Yeah.
And I like landed some sick shit at the end, and I just got up and I just started popping off, and my buddy's just looking at me like, and I'm just like, that's right, motherfucker, I got you.
I mean, that's why I've loved Dark Souls, is because two things. One, it's one of those rages where like you're angry and you're pissed at yourself, but then you're like, I can do this. And like you get to the moment, like literally this stream, 2.5 hours of just me smooth braining my way into the same death over and over again. And when I get it, I get out of my chair and I lay on the ground. I'm like, oh, thank God. I see so many people just like, you see their shoulders just relax and you see the smile on their face when they beat that boss that has killed them 80 times. And it is just perfection. It's beautiful. And then on top of that, the community is great. The community is great. I've met a bunch of new people from Dark Souls. And let's say out of 10 of the people I've met on Dark Souls, only one of them has been pretentious.
Yeah. I would say the one thing about Dark Souls is I feel like it captures two beats. Either you have to be really, really good, like you have to be like top tier speedrunner, or you have to be like brand new playing it for the first time. People like me who like know how to play it don't catch it the same way. Like
because
it just doesn't hit the same way. You know what I mean? Like
it doesn't.
They're like you're not that good. You're also not shitty like the guy I just watched. You know, get out of here.
Yeah, people either want to watch the most epic level stuff where you're like, oh my God, I didn't even think that. Or they want to watch someone fail all the time because they're sitting there and like, man, I remember when I was stuck on that. And the great thing about it is they're like, all Dark Souls people are, they are very patient. I felt like I was losing everybody's interest, dying every single time, but they were so patient with me, which you don't see in a lot of video games.
There was an legitimate awkward amount of patience going on in your stream today from you
my God.
The others involved in your stream, like almost awkward level. I'm not even gonna lie. I was just like,
it was a lot of deaths.
Like I want these people. Like come here when I'm doing like a challenge in Pantheon 5. Just chill while I die to like the top. Oh man. Anyway.
I'm telling you, it was the dad jokes. It was the dad jokes. When you're stuck on something, break out a dad joke book. You're gonna keep them. But like I don't know. Like I think it's Dark Souls people in general. They're like we know this game. We know this game. It fucking is hard. We're with you till the end. You know, as long as you're patient with it, we're patient with you. And they were so patient. They kept giving me different ideas to do it, but they didn't push it. You know, they wouldn't push them trying something until I was literally like, I don't know what the fuck to do. Because, and that's the other great thing about the community of Dark Souls is they're like
so used to the blind, no spoilers, no backseating. Because a lot of people who do that game are the people who are doing blind, don't spoil shit. It's almost like a rite of passage in your Dark Souls playthrough. Blind,
exactly. There's something about a rite of passage where it's like it's your run, you play it how you want. And I've played Dark Souls for the past month, and this stream is the first person I got where there was this pretentious person that was like, "Let me see your stats," and I showed it to him, and I said, "Okay, well, in return, give me your best dad joke," and he said, "Sorry, that's not optimal. You get nothing from me," and then he left, and I was like, oh, okay. And then like even then the people who have played Dark Souls,
that's so rude and so
he literally said that and left. But here's the great thing about them. They literally like the people who just came in for the first time or last stream when I streamed Dark Souls last, they both were like, don't you see that he has first playthrough in his title? Don't you realize that this is his first time ever playing Dark Souls? Like, what the hell's wrong with you? Like that's why I've learned to love the community so much.
If I were to go replay through the game, I would actually do suboptimal things because I'd want to test stuff out. Like I'd want to play around. I want to dick around. But you can't like just do.
Yeah, and there's some people who are like, if you're not playing the game optimally, you're playing the game wrong. And I am the perfect example of like, that is not how it's supposed to be, because I'm dying. I died 50 times and I had a fucking blast telling dad jokes and reading train stats from one of the chatters. And it was a great time in the end. And then once you beat it, oh my God, shooting off fireworks. It's amazing. It's fantastic. Oh, my wife's here. Hello, I'm on a podcast. Yeah. All right, take Milo. I'm on a podcast. All right, I'm back.
What makes a
I love
game
you, by the way.
fun or unfun to you?
What makes a game fun or unfun? That is a really good question.
I know George asked it and I stole it because it was so fucking good.
Oh, George said that?
No, this wasn't in here. This was a while ago. He asked it, and it was one of the. There's a couple questions that I'm just like, that's so good, I'm taking it. George, claps for you. That was good. That's a good one. Oh, what makes a game fun or unfun?
Man, I actually have to think about this. I think the community, the way that, and that might, I don't know if that is specifically, I don't think that is specific. That might be how the game is, how the game developers make it. Sometimes it's just how it is. I think of like Undertale, and Undertale has been known to have toxic fan bases in comparison to Dark Souls. And I think the way Dark Souls has set up their fan base is so welcoming and inviting.
I feel like I want to interject with that though, because so Dark Souls originally, before Twitch and sharing on Twitch, the Dark Souls community on Twitch is very nice. Actually, the original sentiment of the Dark Souls was that's where the whole get good thing came from, because you don't ask a question and somebody would just be like, yeah, get good. That's how you do this area. You just be better at the game. But since now, like the community on Twitch, Dark Souls is definitely actually one of the better ones. Whereas Undertale is like, there are some communities that are just like, oh man, I can't, like, you know, like, don't be a snob, but like, if you want to come in and enjoy the game, like, if this is your favorite game and you want to enjoy it, come enjoy it with me. Don't try to make me enjoy it your way, because that's not gonna happen. We're different people.
Yeah. And you know, I don't want to. I've heard Undertale's an amazing game. Never played it. I've always been intimidated, and this is just me. I'm not trying to shit on anybody or any community, but I'm just trying to hold up a mirror and say I will probably never play Undertale on stream because I'm intimidated by community people who are hardcore fans shitting on me because I'm playing it a certain way.
I'm the opposite. You know? I am just like, bring on the hate. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. I'll show you what I can do. People being like, yo, you got to change your charm set in Hollow Knight. I'm like, bet.
So I think community has a lot to do of whether a game is fun or not. I think difficulty level, but difficulty level in the sense of finding that balance between challenging yourself and also rewarding yourself. Games that I think do well at that are Dark Souls. I think to an extent, League does decently. Games that don't do very well, I can't even think of any on top of my head. But the idea of like...
Oh, I can. Zelda 2.
Zelda 2. There we go.
Because what you're saying is the idea of tough but fair. Like,
exactly.
It's hard, but it's fair. You'll eventually get past it and you'll feel rewarded. Whereas there are some games that are just shit for the sake of being shit.
Yes.
And like...
It's kind of... Yeah. This is a weird analogy, but this is the analogy I come up with. I'm not a fan of hot sauce, but all hot sauce enthusiasts will always say this. I don't like when companies make hot sauces just to be hot and ignore flavor. I don't want to play a game that is just hard to be hard, but actually isn't a fair game. Dark Souls is sometimes bullshit, but I would say 90, because like sometimes you'll have that wall hack that just angers me so much. The fact I hit a corner of a wall and it doesn't hit him, but he's able to no clip through it. That's like the 10% where Dark Souls can be bullshit. Sorry, I'm not a Dark Souls like super fan. I just played it today, so I'm kind of like that's what I'm thinking of now. League of Legends as well. Like League of Legends can like 10%, 15% of the time can be bullshit, but for the most part, you died because you failed at your mechanics, at your macros, at planning, for me, I'm a jungler, knowing where the other jungler's at. You know, it's fair in the end. So I think that's another important thing that makes a game fun. Is, you know, it has to be hard. You have to challenge your player, but you also have to let them, like, if they fail at it multiple times, to say, you know what, fair enough. That was, you know, I'll accept that. I'm upset, but I'll accept that. I think those are two of the biggest. And then I think the biggest thing for me, when I think of like something like Little Nightmares 2 or The Last of Us or, I just blanked on the Little Nightmares 2 or The Last of Us or Elder Scrolls or Skyrim, telling a great story. I think story, we've been talking about like challenging games or multiplayer games, but games that are simpler in nature, but have a good story that can captivate an audience. It's the same reason why you go to a movie, to captivate a story. And when I think of something like The Last of Us wasn't a hard game. It wasn't one of those games where it was challenging but fair or anything like that, like Dark Souls or League of Legends, but it had such a good story. In the opening scene when Joel's holding his daughter, you know the scene I'm talking about. That is one of the rare times a video game made me tear up. Like a video game. It was so good. And the ending of it is one of those things where you're sitting here and you are thinking, you know, person that I've followed, like, you know, I'm not going to spoil it, but like, you know, it gives you a thing of like, did he make the right decision? That's all I'll say about that. But like, if you can captivate an audience with a story, oh my God. That's why there's so many people who love The Last of Us or the Walking Dead Telltale series. You know, when I say Lee and Clementine, there's going to be someone in chat right now that might be shedding a manly tear. I'm just saying, like, story is very important in games. If your focus is not on making a game hard, just to make it hard. So, ranted for a minute, but yeah, that's basically my idea.
That's what we're here for.
It was a really good question. I had to really I was thinking while talking. It was a good question.
It's a really good one. I really liked it. That's why I was like, no, we have to do this one every time.
Can we get some hype emotes in chat for George? Jesus, that was amazing. Everyone give one hype emote. It can be anyone. Preferably Zell's. Or mine.
I don't have a hype emote. I just have a pro gamer emote.
Hey, that works. That works.
The last question of the gaming section is going to be...
Okay.
Name 3 to 5 games on your bucket list, Tumnus.
Oh, 3 to 5 games. Okay, the new Elder Scrolls Hammerfall, 100%. We already talked about that. Good thing I got Steam up, so that's good. I want to play Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight is definitely on. Hollow Knight is without a doubt on my bucket list as well. Let's see. So, new Elder Scrolls, Hollow Knight. Oh God, so many games. Let me look through what we got. I've really wanted to try. There is a smaller game that I've seen a few streamers play called oh shoot, what's it called? It's not Raft. It's why am I blanking? Why am I blanking on it? I literally was just watching it yesterday and it looks so cool.
Ark?
No, it's Stranded Deep. Play a permadeath of Stranded Deep. It's kind of like Raft, but it's more single player and apparently a lot harder. Let me see. Was there anything else? Obviously, I'm not going to count this in my list, but when I finish Dark Souls, I want to play Dark Souls 2 and 3 because I'm kind of hooked now. And this is sounding this is like I'm way off the curve on this, and I know, but I've never played Valheim, and I've heard that game is fantastic, so I want to play that. And I think those are
Valheim would be a good fit for you. Oh, okay. I was trying to think of a game that I had seen recently that I couldn't think of the name of that was on my bucket list that I thought was cool. But I think Valheim would be a good fit for you. You played Minecraft. You seem to enjoy that. If you like, if you like builders and stuff, that'll definitely
Yeah, I love builders. My only problem with Minecraft is I get into phases of it. I think Betty mentioned that she misses my Minecraft streams, and the reason why I haven't streamed Minecraft is because my relationship with Minecraft is I get super into it for like 3 weeks, and then I don't touch it for months. And I get super into it, and then I don't touch it for months. That's just how it's always been. And it was kind of hard for streaming because a lot of people started following me because of Minecraft, surprisingly. Yeah. And then I was like, I'm kind of bored of it. I lost a lot of people who watch me because of that. But I think there's had to make a sacrifice.
I think there's like some weird happy mediums with like view counts and stuff in certain categories. Like in a larger category like Minecraft, there's the top people. People will go in on the top. And then there's the like nobody's going to the guy with 1 to 3 to 5 viewers, right? But if you can get up to like the 10 to 12 area sometimes, and you're just playing Minecraft and you're chilling and you're doing your Tumnus thing, I think that there's this weird sweet spot where even in a giant category like that, you can actually start getting.
I grew on Minecraft, and I still have very loyal people. So I met one streamer named Acrylic, and he's fucking fantastic at Minecraft. He's been playing the same world for 6 years, and he's basically made his own medieval world, like Game of Thrones or Skyrim or anything like that. And he's built it all from scratch in survival. And he was looking to raid someone, and I had something on my stream title that said, making cheese puns in chat, it's very Gouda, and he raided me from that. And I still have people like Sparkle who still come into who watch me every single day, no matter what I'm playing. And it started on Minecraft. I think, I was surprised because usually people say, if you're going to stream and you're a small streamer, avoid the top row, Minecraft, League, Apex, Fortnite. And Minecraft is a weird, unique one where it's like, you can actually grow on Minecraft if you try hard enough. Yeah. It's unique. It's like,
there's this weird, I feel like there's this weird area in some games. Minecraft was a good example. I feel there's one more that I saw recently that was just a really good example of the same situation where it's just like not the bottom, right? Like
the
bottom of those, like people are just gonna say. I feel what people do. I feel like people do the opposite where they flip the view count. They're okay. I'm gonna find a smaller streamer doing this because they want Minecraft, but they want to be able to interact. Then they also want people there too. So they look for like a specific situation where a streamer of your size at that point would have definitely fit.
Yeah. Yeah, and it just kind of got to that point where I was like, man, when it comes down to it, the priority for me streaming is if I don't enjoy the game, I'm not going to play the game, because then I'm delivering subpar content because I'm not enjoying the game in the end, and when I started getting bored of Minecraft, I had to find something else. And the sad thing is there are some people, like every game, when you switch games, there are some people who go to Twitch to watch that one game. There's nothing wrong with that.
No,
nothing wrong with that.
There's people that do that, and there's also like, so this actually ties into the transition into streaming and how I met you and stuff. I met you through Chill Bites.
Perfect.
And I haven't asked a ton of people to be on the podcast. It's like 50-50. I started off by asking 4 people, and then I got 6 people to ask me, and then I asked a couple more. And I think I told you the reason why I asked you on is because I feel like we have a very similar, whether we do things exactly the same, play the same games or not, we obviously don't play the same games. We have a very similar outlook when it comes to streaming.
Yeah. And
now I really wish why I started saying this. If I could remember why I started saying this.
Professional podcaster.
You know what it is? Here we go.
All right.
Because I have people, so I actually got like a almost overly confident bullshit in my head. I was literally going like, the whole niche thing. Mm-hmm. I was like, I'm just playing whatever indie game where I'll get good, decent views on with like 200 to 300 views. And people were coming not for the game, but there's like most of my community doesn't come for the game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll put on a game, like something, that's how people find you usually, but most people who actually steadily come to my stream, and I think it's the same way for you, they're not coming for the game, they're coming for you.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Yeah. I think.
Oh no, that's so
What happened?
rude.
What?
Oh fuck.
What? Did I miss something?
Eddie said that she comes for Brie.
Oh.
And everybody.
All right. Well, that's the end of stream, guys. I hope you enjoyed it.
Just gonna
Goodbye.
Usually it doesn't get me. Like usually that like during the podcast, especially I just mostly ignore the chat if you couldn't tell. But holy fuck, like.
Hey, Emmy's 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Over this. Oh man, that's fucking great. So as I was saying, very similar to me, you built yourself a nice little group of people who come for you and for your energy and for your vibe, not just fucking whatever you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Keep going.
No, you're fine.
I didn't know if you were going to ask a question or if you wanted me to vibe off of that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing is I knew for a fact when I started streaming that no one was going to come and watch me play games good. I was not going to fake being a good gamer because I'm not, and I never have been. And I had to sit down and I was like, if I'm going to do this legit, how am I going to bring people in? And I've always known that I've had a big presence and a big energy. And I've always said, and I will always say this, when people come to watch a stream, they don't come to play to watch a video game. If people want to come and just watch a video game play or anything like that, they'll go to a bigger streamer, or they'll just play the game themselves, or they'll watch something on YouTube. People come to stream for the streamer always, especially when you're a small streamer. When you're a big streamer, like
back for the streamer. People come back for the streamer. People they find you in the game and then they come back. The reason they're coming back is you. It's not gonna be. They're not like. Even for me, like I could go make the most insane play in a fucking video game, right? Because I think I'm so good. Nobody's fucking coming back for that. Like, you know what? I was trying to do like Hollow Knight speedruns, and like people I know were just like, nah.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it, people are coming because they find you entertaining. Especially as a small streamer. When you're a big streamer like Pay Money Wubby or Tim the Tatman or Nick Mercs or whatever, there's an essence of, oh, he's just a big streamer. Like he's famous. So I'm gonna come and hang out. And they don't have to really do much. They've earned that right, I would say. When you're a small streamer, they're coming because they want interaction. They want entertainment. They want you to interact with them. And from day one, when I first started playing games, my first few games were played a league. My first real game was Assassin's Creed Valhalla, actually. I was like, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk. I'm not going to stop fucking talking. And anyone that types in chat, I'm going to treat them like my brother or sister. I'm going to talk to them. I'm going to vibe off of them. I'm going to give big positive energy. And that's always been the same gameplay every stream. Big positive energy.
I think I mentioned this earlier, right? I think that, as I told you, I've never watched streams before. Like, I started streaming actually because I found a couple of smaller streamers on YouTube, and I was just like, I could do that. I'm like, I could do that. And then, I started playing games, and like, I'm less so energetic and loud now because I always stream when somebody's sleeping. Like specifically during the weekdays. Actually, I stream when the baby's taking a nap. The moment
you got kids.
The moment I start yelling is the moment stream ends. And I for the first 2 weeks, I was legitimately like, I'm sorry. I know, like I feel like I'm super low key right now because it's not that the energy isn't there. It's just. The energy dies when he gets up, so...
Hey, man, as long as the stream's going and stuff like that, and, if the kid's asleep and the stream's still going, that's better than trying to be big energy every single time.
I think I've noticed that you have watched more larger streamers, because you will emulate some of the things that they do, whereas, like, I don't, like, as I said, the first time I heard, like, put emotes in chat, my son said it. I'm not even joking, like, that's the first time I heard anybody say it. It was literally, he's sitting there, he goes, spam some pro gamer in the chat, and I'm just like...
Yeah.
And I'm
yeah, you fell through my ruse. Before I was streaming, I was only a big stream watcher.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest stream I would watch is Critical Role. Technically, that doesn't really count because it's not the same. But I watched Tim the Tat Man. I'd watch Nick Merckx. I'd watch Pay Money Wubby. Like, I only watched big streamers. I never really like thought about the small streamers and stuff like that. It wasn't until I was a small streamer that I was blessed to meet people like you and Chill and Acrylic and RD and all these amazing streamers. And I was like, holy shit, why am I wasting my time with these big content creators when I can watch their YouTube highlight channel? You know, when I can actually hang out with small people, like smaller streams.
I think that's the thing, is that you're not going to be you're never going to be accepted there the same way.
Oh, did we get one sec? Did we get a raid?
Yeah.
Oh, say hello to the Raiders. I can wait.
I was going. I do it in chat. Listen. Podcasts are about the guests and the interaction. My mods are over there taking care of it. I was waiting for them to shout them out and everything. I got this. Don't you worry.
Okay. Hey, Raiders, I'm happy that you're here. I love every last one of you. Tell me your best dad joke.
Poor Steve, you're just like, wait, did you get a raid and just not even blink? And I'm just like, yeah.
I want a dad joke from every single Raider. If I don't, then I quit. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, quit this podcast.
Taking the tie off then. Sorry, as you were saying.
So I'm gonna just do this real quick because I saw it and it was already half answered. So what did you learn from the bigger streamers that you use, though? I know that you now interact more with smaller streamers. What did you learn that you use other than some of the things you might not even realize? What did you learn from the bigger streamers?
Learned. This isn't great advice for new streamers because technically. I looked at it for a very niche. I looked for a very niche thing. Specifically, was why do people enjoy them besides the fact that they're famous? And I got it from their YouTubes more than I got it from their actual Twitch streams. If you go on YouTube and you look up a Tim the Tat Man video, that was a highlight from his stream. And then compare it to what the actual VOD is.
Yeah.
What's left on the YouTube when he's yelling, when he's pissed, when something funny happens.
That's the only thing I've ever seen of Tim the Tat Man, by the way, is his YouTube clips.
Yeah, exactly. And if you watch his stream compared to his YouTube clips, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of times where he's just sitting here like,
yeah.
And here's the thing. I'm not shitting on Tim the Tat Man or anyone who does that, because here's the thing. If you have that many viewers, you have earned the right to not have to try as hard. And that's the name of the game. That's just how it is. But when I looked at the difference, when I looked at his highlight videos and then I looked at his stream, what was kept in was the entertaining stuff. So my thought was this: what if I just try that and skip out the middleman bullshit? This isn't me, like, this energy isn't me putting on a ruse. This is like, it's not like I get off a stream and once the camera's off, I'm just like, oh, okay, I can just like do nothing. I can just like be quiet like I usually am. Like, I'm typically, this is me. If I would say that what you see off stream for me is like maybe 80% of what you see on stream. I literally just dial it up 20% more, but I act the same. I talk the same because, again, if I'm trying to pretend to be someone else, then I'm gonna be even more burnt out.
I see. This is exactly what I'm saying though with the similarities. Because when I started streaming, the first thing I did was I like looked at like ideas and stuff, and like, you know, you have like your disrespects and stuff, and I was just like, I'm not doing a thing. I'm not doing a gimmick. I mean, I got my cool shirts now, if you want to call that a gimmick. Yeah. But that's actually just because I genuinely, if I'm playing a game, like, it's really cool, like, the fucking backlight of the shirt, I actually just think it's awesome. I'm like, I'm like a child sometimes. I'm like, it excites me, just like the shirt. Because it's like the perfect color where you can tell I have a shirt on most often.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, it's like see-through and shit, and I think it's funny. But anyway, when I started streaming about a year ago, or just over a year ago, I guess, I decided immediately, I was just like, I'm going to be myself. I'm not like there's no ruse that's gonna get me further than being myself, because like fuck that, like genuinely, like if I'm not gonna come here and I'm not gonna be myself and I do things my way, like the first thing I did, like very first checklist for me was like getting used to chat.
Yeah.
It was like I want to be able to read chat, see what's going on, and react to them and stuff. And even like the middle of boss fights where I said I'll die or something, people will be like, stop looking, and I'll be like, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna keep looking at chat when I die and diving from this boss. Like I will die from this boss 15 more times before I ignore you enough to focus on the boss to win it in 2 tries,
Exactly. And even if I miss a chat message, if someone says, "Oh, you forgot to read my chat," I will like tab out of the game to go back to your message and read it. Because again, if you were taking time, like I've always said it like this, if you were taking time out of your day to watch my stream because you find entertainment out of it, I don't care if I make hella money off of this. I'm not planning to make hella money off of this. I don't care what happens. People are coming to not only sit and watch your stream because you're entertaining, but they're also interacting with you. That is a privilege to have, because there are a lot of streamers that do not have that.
I am a firm believer that as much as me, and I almost take this to like a bad extent where like sometimes I'll like be like a little bit low on stream because I don't have anything to vibe off of. As much as I make the stream, everybody else who's a part of it makes the stream as well. I mean, getting like the first people in and everything and getting the ball rolling is obviously a thing. But like, dude, I've had people message me and tell me that the reason why some people really enjoyed my stream, the reason why they just knew it was the place they wanted to be, nothing to do with me. They'll be like, "Oh, you know what? It was really nice how Brianna said hi to me when I came in and welcomed me in."
Yeah.
Like, no shit. They'll be like, "Oh, you're mods. It's really nice that your mods welcome me and that your community members welcome me in."
Dude, it's so important. It is so important. A lot of people don't talk about how important mods are. But, and people will joke and be like, "Oh, are you going to make me a mod?" and stuff like that. Like, I take mods very seriously. Because mods can make people feel at home. People think mods are just people who ban people or time people out and stuff like that. And it's not like that. Mods are people that make chat feel welcome besides just you. I'm kind of, it's an important thing. The duty of a mod is just as important as the duty of a streamer. Because I always say it in my stream, I am not the one that is just solely making content. I'm vibing off of what you guys say. You guys say something funny, I'll react to it. You bring up a topic, I will rant about it and stuff like that. In the end, it takes, multiple people. And I was lucky enough to have a couple of people who were friends with me in real life start watching. And they one of them became my mod, the other one became a VIP. And they're both fantastic. They're so fantastic. I still, Brian and Hannah are the 2 ones that started in the very beginning, and still, whenever they're on, Brian's working nights right now, so he's kind of fucked on the stream, sadly, because he has to work nights. But whenever they're in and someone new comes in, they instantly say, "Hey, what's up? How's it going?" And that is, you need that. You need to create a community that loves each other and builds each other up. Because that's what people stay. People stay for so many more reasons just playing a video game, Chat Bot Brian is the best worst mod. Yeah, you're completely right.
Let's get into some of the details. How long have you been streaming, Tumnus?
I have been streaming for just a little over 6 months. June 1st was my 6-month anniversary. That 6 months flew by.
What specifically got you into streaming? Like, what made you decide to stream? I think you touched on a little bit of this before, but
yeah, the main reason is so I've never I was never addicted to Twitch. before everything. I was more of a YouTube person. I remember 2010, 2009, getting addicted to the Yogscast back in their prime when Minecraft was the thing. And they literally were building a Jaffa Cake factory. I still don't know what a Jaffa Cake is. And I have a bunch of people from the UK in my stream. So they're going to be like, I'm disappointed in you. But it was so entertaining. I was addicted. I still am addicted to YouTube. I still watch YouTube all the time. And my tastes have changed. I don't watch the Yogscast anymore. But at that time in my life, they were so entertaining. And they were a moment for me to get away from my high school drama, you know, girlfriends or school or life and stuff back when, you know, those were the dramas. And just have entertainment, laugh, maybe like feel something, you know, if it's an emotional thing and stuff like that. What is that noise?
Sounds like doggo peeing on floor.
No, it is a machine in my house that is making a vibrate. What the hell is that?
Dryer on floor.
Yes. Turn it off. The fan just magically turned on by itself, and it's making that noise. What the fuck? Okay. It was a fan, guys. Making a vibrator with a fan. Yes. Okay. I apologize for that. This is not a professional stream. I don't know what the fuck that was. Holy shit.
Whoa. Who
would have thought?
Whoa.
Oh!
Whoa. Oh my God. Oh no. That's. Oh man. Did you hear that? Oh. Wow.
I know. I'll see myself out. I'm sorry, guys.
Weren't even talking about your own. This isn't. What? First off, we're dressed up.
That's true.
Second off, this isn't your stream.
I just came in to shit on your stream. That was the whole game plan. Got him.
Oh, I love it.
I meant me, and for some reason I thought I was on my stream, so it was more intentional to shit on my stream. But you know, we'll take it. That was
fucking hilarious. I don't care. I don't care who you were. That shit was funny.
Okay, back to where I was.
What got you into streaming?
What got me into streaming? So at that time, when I was addicted to the Yogscast back in 2009, 2010. It gave me a moment. If it was a 20-minute video, it gave me a moment to take a step out of whatever I was dealing with and have some entertainment, have something to laugh at, something to, you know, whatever it was, you know, whatever I was dealing with, I could have some entertainment from that. And throughout the years, I'm still addicted to YouTube. I still watch YouTube every single day, and I still watch Twitch every single day when I get a chance. I love that there is a community that wants to step away from life and get entertainment through any way. And if I can be that for someone, like, the world is already fucked up enough and life is already stressful as hell enough. So if I can be that that person that entertains someone and gives them just a moment, if it's an hour, if it's 30, if it's 10 minutes, that they can just take a step from their stresses or whatever, and it gets some entertainment, maybe laugh a little bit, you know, or maybe just, you know, not think about that stress. I think that's a success. And I always, every single stream, I start my stream and I say, okay, chat, on a scale of, I pick some random number to some random number. I pick some random number. Like today was, I said, all right, chat, on a scale of 4,444 to 55,555, how are you doing today?
Oh, okay. That just made a lot more sense now.
Yeah. And I will say, how are you doing today? And if someone says, like in this example, if someone said 4,444, I will look at them in the camera and I will say, whatever your name is, my game plan for today is to bring that up to at least 5,000. And if I can do that, it's a success. Because that is the whole reason why I started streaming, is because I never had the computer that could stream. I was like, until last year, and I got this bad boy, or I built this bad boy. I was playing on a laptop that was 8 years old. And when I played League of Legends and got into a team fight, I would get 4 frames per second and die every single time. But I always loved entertaining people. I've always wanted to entertain people. And when I built the computer, I was like, I want to do that. If I can be that thing for someone, I'm happy. It's a success. And whether I make $1 million on stream or I make a penny on stream for that month, if I made people enjoy themselves, and not think about what they're stressing about, whether it's the world, their own personal lives, or whatever, then I'm happy. That's a success in my book. Again, ranted. My apologies. I always rant.
No, you're good. As I said earlier, that is the entire point
Good.
of the podcast.
Good.
So, what is your intention for streaming? Is it just for fun? Do you see it maybe as a job one day, a mixed bag?
Oh, man. As of right now, it's just for fun. I'm not trying to put anything on it. Because if I say I need to get to this average viewer or I want to get to full-time streaming, then the joy of it and the intention of it loses. It loses a little bit. Because now I'm not focusing on entertaining people. I'm focusing on trying to become a partner or trying to do this full time. My game plan is my game plan, which is I want to entertain people. And if I can get to 30 average viewers, I think right now, like my personal goal is 20 average viewers. If I can get to that, hell yeah, let's go. Once I get to 20 average viewers, sweet. If I can entertain people and then also get to 30 average viewers or whatever, hell yeah, let's go. And that's going to be that's literally the next stepping stone every time until it gets to the point where I want to entertain people. If I can afford to do this full time, let's go. I'll do it, But until then, like, there's no overall big brain game plan. It's just, I want to entertain people. And whatever happens after that, happens. That's what I said on the very beginning when I had 1 follower. And that's what I've said now when I have 380 something. And it's what I'm going to say when I have 3,000 if I ever get there, That's always been my mindset. I want to make sure it always is my mindset. And if I start focusing too much into the analytics and getting to a certain goal, then I lose what I originally started streaming for. And then it's not, then it's not me anymore.
I'm very similar, except for the whole I focus on numbers and stuff.
It's so easy to get into that number game. Trust me, it's easier for me to say that than do it. I still sometimes get wrapped in the numbers.
It's like I turned off the viewer count for like half a stream once, right?
Yeah.
And I just turned it right back on.
It's so hard.
But it's also one of those things that I have to make peace with, like, my own, like, either I'm going to have to decide to not care about that, or I'm going to make peace with the fact that I care, and then just, like, take it a little bit less grumpily.
Yeah.
Might be the word.
Yeah.
But I think I've had more practice afternoons and stuff with less chat because people are busy during the day, and obviously less views because it's not a normal time. So I think I've been a little bit better at getting myself to just be like, listen, Zell, you should probably still just stream even if less people are there, you asshole.
Yeah.
But it takes some
It's so easy to get into the numbers. And the way I'm doing it now is I have the viewer count turned off, and randomly sometimes I'll just go highlight it. Like I didn't cut cold turkey, but I've backed off a lot. And this is when the reason why I turned it off was this. I came out hot off the gate. I'm still doing very well for someone who's streaming. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm washed up now. I've plateaued a little bit more than when I first started. There came a point where, I was doing Minecraft streams and I was getting freaking 15 to 18 average viewers. I was like, oh man, I'm about to break 20 already. Let's go.
Yep.
And then I switched games and I looked at the viewer count and I saw 9.
Oh man.
And don't get me wrong. 9's amazing. There are people nowadays that would kill for 9. Yeah, there are people nowadays who would kill for 9. But I looked over and saw 9, and my attitude completely changed. And then I was like, Will, you need to turn that off because you are not entertaining anymore because you're focused on the numbers. And I'm still not perfect at it. And I still look at my channel analytics and focus on it a lot. Because in the end, there is a part of me that's like, I'm going to try and make this as big as I can. I'm not doing like the main thing is entertainment, but I also want to try to make this as big as I can because I also have the mindset of the bigger I can make this, the more people I can entertain. And that would be even better, you know? So it's that balance of what's my primary focus. You can have personal goals, but don't let them get into your primary focus. And that is so hard to do and so easy to say. So easy to say.
So it's like, I don't know. That's what I was saying. I really, when I think about stuff, I obviously started streaming, and I had no expectations, by the way. I also started doing okay, and then I got to like this point. I think I was playing like Cuphead and getting over it, where I was just like, oh my god, sky's the limit. You're getting so many follows. Like I was getting like 100, like a couple months in a row. I got like 120, 150 follows in a month.
Feels great.
And then the month after, when it stood back down to under 15 average views, and you're not getting the follows, and I'm just like, nobody likes me anymore. And then it's just this thing where it's so hard to understand how unsteady, quote unquote, growth would be on a stream, and how oh man, like it's such an animal to tackle.
Tim the Tapman he talked in one of his streams because someone said, you know, did you ever think about quitting streaming? And he said that he in his early streaming days when he was averaging like just a few hundred, he switched to a different game. I can't remember what game it was. And his average viewers fell from like 160 something to 38. Yeah. And at that point he was like, he was like, that was the closest I was about to quit at stream. But then he had the mindset of, I'm just going to take those people who just enjoy me and not just the game and build from there, and then go to the next game and build from there. And it's hard. It's really hard. It's really hard.
Anybody who's gonna, whether it's just they're streaming for fun or streaming seriously, I think anybody who sees like an upward trajectory, like I'm sure there are those people who like never grow, and then just, even though like it's like an issue with them, they never even think about quitting. I'm sure anybody who has experienced any sort of like decent average, like anybody who's ever had a 20 average view stream, I'll say it. There we go. That's how I'll say this. Anybody who's ever had one stream that's 20 average, 18 average, has thought about quitting at some point. And I truly believe that. Whether they stream for fun, whether they stream to get somewhere, I truly believe that there's a certain point after you see it go up and up, if it fucking goes back down, it's just like, because it's human nature. It's not. Yeah. It's not like, oh, I think I'm too good for. Like I've never once been like, I'm too good of a streamer to stream to under 10 people or under 15 or under 20 or under 5. Yeah. Never once. But at the same time, it's human nature to just be like, quote unquote, am I a washed up Tumnus?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. And I've had those moments where I've like been, you know, I've just sat and I look at the count and I'm like, man, like, is this the end? Because it's one of those things you like, it's not linear. It's never been linear. And people people tell you streaming's not linear. It's not like you're going to start with one viewer and one follower, and then in this amount of time, you're going to have this many viewers and this many followers. You'll have a month where you're killing it. And then you have another month where it is slow. It's brutal, man.
It's logical. It makes sense, and you can like math that out in your head if you think about it. But that doesn't like it still doesn't get to like your emotions and your feelings behind all that.
And I think that's why streamers have a hard time. Every streamer is because you can think about it logically, but when you're putting yourself out there, you're saying, "This is my content. Yeah. Here you go." Everyone automatically says if that person doesn't show up, it's because they don't find me entertaining. They don't like me. And that is illogical, because there is so many reasons why someone might not be tuned in your stream.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it's because they're out living their life.
What?
You know, doing
they're
stuff.
not allowed
I
to
know.
have lives.
How dare they have a life while I'm streaming?
Lives.
How dare they? But like, you know, it makes sense logically. But when you're at that point where your emotions attached to it, like this Twitch stream, this, you know, this identity of Tumnus, or for you, Zelshot, it's a part of your identity. And when the numbers aren't where you think it is, and the numbers always change. When you're before an affiliate, you want to get to 3 average. Once you get to 3, you're like, all right, let me get to 6. Once you get to 6, you're like, oh man, 10 would be great. Once you get to 10, it always goes up. If I'm, you know, right now I'm at like 14 or 50, and I'm like, I'd love to get 20. But once I get to 20, I'm going to be like, man, 30 would be amazing. You know, and if it was linear, then it'd be like, sweet. But no, sometimes like right now I'll be at 15. Who knows? Next month I might be back down to less than 10. And, you know, that can hit you at your emotions. That can be very bad for your mental, you know?
I've multiple times tried to crest that 20. And this last time I got right back up to 18. I was just like, and then I changed my entire stream schedule.
And then you're like, no!
I mean, I have a new schedule now. People know it. Yeah. It's fine. As I said, it's actually helped me in some ways because it's helped me be more relaxed about it.
More content.
Like, I have a smaller stream than normal, or like this afternoon at one point I was hanging out and somebody in chat was just like, damn, chats, because everybody, even, it's not just me who's used to more chats, everybody's used to more chat. Somebody's just like, damn, why is chat so slow? I'm just like, sometimes it be like that. Like,
sometimes it's like that. You know, people have lives outside of your content, and again, it makes complete sense logically. But then when you put your emotions to it, because your identity is in with your brand, you automatically think there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
When in reality, you know, like, I can't watch your afternoon streams because I'm working. Yeah. You know, and it's I'm busy.
Like, I can't watch anybody who's the streams from like 7 to, might even be 6. I mean, even like, I'll put streams on, don't get me wrong, but I can't actually watch anybody for a long period of time from like 6 till whenever the fuck in the morning. Yeah. Because like I'm busy. Like, I'm doing dinner. I'm getting the kids ready for bed. I am just doing things that I can't interact with them in chat. Like, I'll throw up a big fat lurk and be like, yeah, put the munchkins in bed. Yeah. And going to bed early also affects that too.
Yeah, and it just comes down to it. People have lives outside of Twitch, streamers and viewers. And yeah, I think I've said it so many times, you know, the emotions always for every streamer. I don't care who you are. You know, even Tim the Tatman said that. Imagine if Tim listened to his own emotions at that time and said, nah, I went down to 38, I'm quitting. He wouldn't be where he's at, having what? I don't even know how much he has, but I mean, he does it full time. He's sponsored by the NFL, and on Mondays, he streams Monday Night Football on Twitch. That's like, I can't think of anything bigger than that. Like, that's huge. He's getting paid by the NFL to stream.
That's literally insane.
That's insane. But again, imagine back in the day if he said, you know, I'm quitting 38, you know, you have no clue like what's going to happen. And that's where you always got to go back to that logic of like, if I have, if I have 20 people, but I'm entertaining 20, sweet. If I have 9 people, I'm entertaining 9, sweet. If chat's rolling, sweet. If chat's not rolling, then if chat's not rolling, then, I'm going to have to be really good at. Exactly. You got to be good at creating content and not vibing off of people. And then that comes down to how good of a prepared streamer are you? You know, and that takes practice. It takes practice to get good at that, because nobody's good at that. You know, entertaining to no one technically. I mean, you have lurkers, but like, if no one's vibing off of you, it's almost like you're entertaining to nobody sometimes. And that's a hard thing to do. And that's a skill that people need to, you know, learn. And so many people, I see so many people say, if I just get a raid by like, if I get a 500 bomb raid or something like that, then I'll be good. And that's not true, because you're not ready for that. Like, if I got hit with a 500 person bomb raid, I don't think I'd be able to entertain that many people. you know, because I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready. Like, I'm not experienced enough for that, you know, like I'll take some time, but yeah, man. Long story short, streaming's hard.
Actually, so that's one of the things that's good part of this conversation that I've been trying to incorporate myself, and I've done it a little bit. The podcast is one of the first things I've done this with, is the idea of SMART goals, and I'm sure I'll get into some of this later. I know you watch tip videos and stuff. I'm sure you know what a SMART goal is. Just things that you can impact yourself that doesn't depend on these numbers that we're talking about, because they're also fucking arbitrary and crazy. And you know what? A 1 or a 10 or a 20 or whatever the fuck you want to attribute, whether it's to one person or the entire group of people who enter your chat, that it doesn't, you know, their view doesn't match up with like what's going on in their life. You know what I mean? Like, people get busy, people have shit to do. I mean, my entire schedule changed, right? Somebody else's entire schedule changed. So the idea of actually getting some SMART goals set up to do and be like, okay, well, I'm going to do this. Like, for me, it was, I'm going to do these 3 weeks. I'm going to take, and I'm going to do an afternoon stream every day. And the reason why I did this is because I wanted to take the numbers, and I was honest with everybody. I'm like, listen, I know it's a lot. I'm going to cut down. I'm just going to see what days are the best. And even after I thought I knew what days were the best, I did them all the rest of the days anyway. And I have my numbers, and I'll look at that, and I've already decided what days are going to be what. But setting goals that you can impact yourself that aren't like, oh, I want to get to that 20 viewer mark. I want to get to 900, 1,000 follows.
Yeah. No, SMART goals are very important because, again, when it comes to something as crazy as content creation in general, which that's anything, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, if you're creating content that's going out to something, you can't rely on other people. You have to rely on what you can do. So for me, some of mine are, I'm going to stream on these days. And I'm going to try to stream at least 3 days a week. I'm scheduling myself for 4. And like, I'm going to try my hardest not to cancel a stream. And I think in my 6 months, I've only canceled like 2 or 3 streams, and it's because I fucked up. And I catch it beforehand. I think there's only one stream that I canceled like the day of, and it was for a personal reason. But like, if I look at my schedule, and I say and I need to be like, okay, can I stream 4 days this week? No. Or am I going to be burnt out because of it? Okay, I'm going to do 3 days this week. But it's going to be, my 2 biggest goals are I'm going to at least stream 3 days a week that are consistent. And I'm going to make sure that I follow through with that. And then the third one would be, when I stream, I am going to be myself and be as entertaining as possible. And then again, if I get the views for it, hell yeah, that's amazing. If I get 20 average viewers, hell yeah, that's amazing. I love it. If not, I've done everything that I need to. It just might have not been the day. You know, maybe today everyone was busy. Maybe there's something like that. But if I can say those 3 days, like at the end of the week, if I can check those 3 boxes, then those are SMART goals where it's like I was in complete control of it. There was nothing else. There was no random number that could control that. And that is what has kept me going and given me energy to keep going, is that, you know, so many streamers again are like, man, I just need to keep streaming for this raid, or I need to keep, I need to get these viewers or this amount of money from it and stuff like that. And then they get burnt out because it doesn't come. You know what? You know a hilarious part about that? And we're going to go into the audience questions in a second, but because you mentioned the raid thing multiple times. So I do, obviously, like, I've actually seen somebody get a raid and then get a bump from it. And I do realize how, if you actually do handle a raid well, you can get something from it. You're probably not going to go viral, but you can get something from it. But here's the funny thing. The largest raid, I think I told you earlier, I've ever gotten like 32 people. From a community of people I already know. A lot of them already follow me. They've already made their decision as to whether or not they're interested in my stream. It's not like there's 32 new eyes in the stream just going, hey! As far as the larger raids go, you know what? First off, as you said, obviously a nice raid, it would be lucky. It'd be great.
It's probably not going to get you what you want. You're probably not at the moment where you need to be in order to make this, because there's so much that goes into it. There's there's how you react to chat. There's your chat, how your chat reacts to the raid, whether or not you even have a chat at the point, etc., etc. And so many things going on. Can you juggle all this new chat? Can you play the game still, etc.? And then everybody's looking for something different. But then what's also kind of funny is, because I say the biggest raid I've gotten is 32 people. I actually technically got a 150 person raid. The reason why my biggest raid is 32 people is because, and what people don't realize about large raids when they come, you're coming down a raid train that's happened over hours and hours with a bunch of lurks. So this 150 people was like 5 people I know from a community, and then the 145 lurkers that were on still chilling in that stream, and then the 150 came through, and then it immediately dropped down to like, not immediate, but after like 10 minutes, it was just like, oh wait, none of these people are here? Okay. Well, it's really only 70, 60, 40, 30. Yeah. And then I raided somebody else, and they got, raided by 160 people. So a lot of people don't even realize that even when you get that first raid, especially depending on the time of day, you're not getting the raid you think you're getting. You're not getting the 150 people just ready for their moment. And a lot of people, when somebody raids, they're just out. Like they don't care. Not even like in a negative way. Not like I don't care about you, Tumnus. They just don't care. Like they're not looking for another stream. They've watched their streamer, they supported, they're going to do something else.
Yeah, no, and usually like some people will just stay in for the raid because you get an extra 250 channel points if you stay in the raid, because that's how Twitch made it up and stuff like that. And they'll join in, get their channel points for whatever they want to redeem it for, and then they'll go off. Because in the end, you know, there are some people who just want to go stream to watch this one person, and that's perfectly fine. There are some people who are you know, happy to, you know, I know people who ride trains, you know, they ride raid trains all around to these different people. Chill Bites is my favorite because Chill like joined in. I think either Betty or Natiki gave me a raid, and then Chill was just like, I don't know how I ended up here, but what's up? And then he stayed in. And then I raided someone else who was at the end of his game, and he said the same thing. I don't know how I ended up here, but what's up? And then I joined the other raid, and he said the same thing. Like, there's some people who like to just join in on raids and learn from new people. Like, you know, get some new content and stuff like that. But like the biggest thing with raids is so many people wait for that one raid. And I will say this, that, and I want to get to the viewer questions, so I'll try to not rant too hard. But another thing I learned from big streamers was raids. It doesn't matter if you get that huge raid. So I watched Tim the Tat Man, and he streamed with this one dude. He streamed with this streamed this random dude. He plucked someone out of chat. Out of his 50,000 person chat, he plucked them out. And he said, I'm going to play a game with you. Every kill you get, I give you $100. And he got like 9 kills. It was $1,000. He got like 9 kills or whatever. So he got $9 grand, which was fucking awesome for him. And then they raided him. And he freaked out. He got like a 15,000 bomb raid. This dude was like a 50 viewer person. So, I mean, 15,000 is gigantic.
I mean, 50 is pretty big too, if you ask me.
50 is huge. 50 is gigantic. I think the biggest I've ever gotten, again, for me is like, I think I've gotten RD rated me once, and that was like a 45, and I freaked the fuck out. And I didn't keep anybody. But like, he got the 50, and like, you know, everyone, like he said, like Tim the Tapman said, make sure you give him a follow or whatever you want to do, show some love. So everybody followed him. He got a bunch of people gifted subs because, you know, Tim the Tapman's community is super awesome. And I followed him. I still see him on there, and in his title, he still has ! Tim the Tapman. And it talks about how he was once rated. That was months ago. And he's back to where he's at.
Oh man, it's another Point Crow raid.
Yeah, he's back to where he's at. And that's when I was convinced. I said, it doesn't matter if that one raid in the sky comes out of nowhere. If I'm not entertaining, or if I'm not prepared to entertain that amount of people, I'm going to lose that. I feel like Twitch,
as we mentioned earlier, it's like people are coming for the streamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim rated you, or in like that's great, and he was super nice, and you got all this stuff, you got follows, but like, unless you gave them a reason to after Tim's offline to come to your stream, even though they're following you,
yeah,
they're not gonna be there.
And that's just how it is. And I feel like I always look at myself when I look at what game I'm going to play, how many average viewers I have, and all of that sort of stuff. And I say, have I earned the right to be able to entertain with that? So like an example, like if I got rated with 50 people, and let's say I have my average like 15 people or something like that, have I earned the right? Am I entertaining enough? Or not even entertaining enough, experienced enough to have 65 people, and let's say 40 of them are chatting at the same time? Probably not. I don't have enough experience with that. So let alone having something even bigger than that. And it's also when I look at video games. I look at video games and I scroll down and I look at the top 3 rows. And I look at where my lowest viewership is. And I say, have I earned a right to play that game? And you know, you have your unique stuff like Minecraft, you know, where you can be in the mid tables and still get followers. But like, if I say no because I'm not going to be in those top 3, I haven't earned the right yet. Maybe someday.
You can even be in the right position at the right time of day, and then next thing you know, you're not. I actually played Hollow Knight. I was in a decent position to play it again. Viewers, etc. Blah 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 blah. It's, you know, whatever. And then the week after, it was like, well, too bad, because 10 people with 50 to 30 viewers, maybe even 100, started playing Hollow Knight. Like,
yeah. It's, again, nothing is linear. It's not like if I streamed Dark Souls today, and I was ranging between 13 and 20 people. I think so. 13 and 20 or something like that. I can't remember. That doesn't mean that next Wednesday I'm going to have the exact same. I might go up to 25 and have a mental breakdown. I might go down to 8, you know? Twitch, content creation and Twitch, it's so hard because it's not linear. There's no linearness. And like, you try to logically make something that is very random linear, you know? And that's what makes it hard. And then when we go full circle of like, when you try to make something that's not linear, and then you also put your emotions into it, you're going to have a bad time, kid. You're going to have a bad time. And I've seen myself hit with that. And it sucks, you know?
I mean, content creation is hard for a lot of reasons, but
a lot of reasons. Like, I played Pokemon Fire Red. I was getting the most views I've ever had in Pokemon Fire Red, like 18. And then I streamed like the next week, and I was averaging 8. And I was like, what? I was like, what the hell happened?
Dude, that's always, so whenever you switch to it, like, you can, back to the whole logic thing, you can, when you switch games or something happens, you can see, and you can be like, oh, this way. Dude, when you were playing the same game, the same time, and then you ain't got nothing like the same viewers. There's nothing that hits like that. Nothing that hits that.
When the planets align.
Oh man.
It's so good. It's so good. You know, And again, you know, those are the biggest struggles I have, because again, I know that my mindset is always entertainment first. But then again, I'm human, and every streamer, anyone who's streamed knows, you can have the good mindset, but you can always get distracted by the bullshit. And the bullshit is getting your emotions involved, focusing too much on the numbers, trying to make it logically make sense, when sometimes you just need a little bit of luck. And I would say that I've been very fucking lucky with what I've gotten, with how these past 6 months have turned out. I never imagined it would have been like this at all. So. Oh, I think you're muted, my friend.
Yeah, I did mute it. Ha. I had to burp. Moving on to some of your questions. And then we'll finish with a couple more of the Twitch questions that I have. I just have a couple of good ones towards the end. Hopefully good ones. Hopefully.
Cool. So I'm excited.
Guerrero would like to know, what's your favorite kind of whiskey? You whiskey snob?
Ooh. Okay. If we're talking about Irish, Green Spot. Unbelievable. Oh, man. I had that for my wedding reception. And between me, my father-in-law, my father, and a few of between us three, we drank the entire bottle that night. It was fantastic. I probably shouldn't have driven out of there, but stupid Tumnus did stupid things back then. Scotch, Glenlivet 15-year. Glenlivet 15-year is one of the smoothest scotches I've ever had in my entire life. Oh my God. And then if I'm going with bourbon, and when I go for bourbon, I want something to make me feel like a man, put hair on my chest, and burn my entire esophagus, and I go with Booker's. All of them pretty decently priced. Booker's is decently expensive. I don't remember the price because I was gifted Booker's. Glenlivet is about $80, and Green Spot is about 60 or 70. Yellow Spot over Green Spot I see from George. I actually have never had Yellow Spot yet. I've heard Yellow Spot is even better, and I want to try it. It's just at my ABC store or at the liquor store. I don't know if here in Virginia they're called ABC stores. They don't have Yellow Spot. They don't even have Green Spot. So I have to order it online, which I've never ordered. Oh, actually, there is a special bourbon I just saw about. I've only ordered one liquor online, one entire liquor, and it was Burning Chair, Savage and Coke's Burning Chair, which is their bourbon, very good. But it was there was this TikToker called Johnny Drinks that did all these fancy drinks and stuff all of these fancy drink like concoctions and stuff, and they combined with them. So Savage and Coke's Burning Chair bourbon that was aged in one of Johnny Drinks' wine barrels. And they had like this special go-to, like, oh, you can order it for this much and stuff. I bought that. That's also in my top. That one was fantastic. Burning Chair is another good one. Good bourbon. Very good bourbon. So, oh, I love whiskey. I want some whiskey now. It's the weekend. I got to work at the brewery in the morning, so I can't drink. Or I'm going to not wake up.
And this is for both of us, though I will answer that I have not seen the trailer yet. Have you seen the Elden Ring trailer, and what are your thoughts on it?
I have not seen it. I was told about it on my stream, and I told my the person who asked me to put it on the Discord, which he did, and I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at the cover, and it looks dope. So from the opening picture, it looks amazing. But I have not watched it. I will have to give you... I'll message in Zell's Discord what I think about it, because I'm probably going to watch it once we're done with this.
Definitely do it, because then I can watch it too.
There we go. I'll post it in your Discord. We can just watch it off of each other's Discords.
Bree would like to know, what is your favorite country artist and favorite song by them?
Favorite country artist is Tyler Childress. And I love, there's two. If I want a nice, happy Windows rolled down song, Feathered Indian by him, 10 out of 10. I love it. It's so funny. It's a funny song because the lyrics are pretty funny. It's typical country song lyrics, but it's such a good song. And then if I want more of an emotional song, the live version of Nose to the Grindstone is so good. His voice is amazing on that song. Oh my gosh. Holy crap. I love it. He has such a good voice. That's why I love him so much, more than typical country artist. So, yeah.
So my favorite, by the way, I won't say artist, but my favorite song is probably Take Your Time by Sam Hunt, just because it's got like a little bit of a rappy verse.
A rappy verse?
Like a rappy
country
verse.
Rap? Oh my god. I'm gonna get this ready for it's
not like rap, but it's like smooth and quicker. And I heard it on the radio on like one of my normal radio channels. And I was
What's the song called?
Take Your Time by Sam Hunt.
Heck yeah, I got it on my YouTube. I'm gonna watch it after this. I got so much YouTube to watch after this. Oh okay. God.
I'll skip to this because we seem very impatient to know. How long did it take for you to get affiliate? Asks Bask.
I got very lucky. So here is my timeline. which I've always put my milestones on my Twitch homepage. Why? I don't know. I've always done it. It's just who I am. I started technically, I guess it was the end. So actually my 6 months will be June 30th, technically. So I had a test stream. No, actually, no. It has been 6 months. I'm sorry. I had my first test stream on November 20th, where I just kind of made sure that the computer actually could stream. They were like 30-minute long BS streams where I wasn't really trying. My first official stream was November 30th, and I reached affiliate status December 30th in 1 month. And I had my first affiliate stream the next day, January 1st. So I was very lucky to go from 0 to 75 and 3 average viewers in about 30 days, which was ridiculous. Again, I had a little bit of method. Like, I can tell you how I did it because I had a strategy that I did that worked, but I also got very, very lucky. I got very, like, there is luck to it. For it to happen that fast. I think I would have gotten an affiliate at some point, don't get me wrong, but for it to be that fast, that's where luck came in.
Dude's at like 14 average, 15 average viewers normally. I think I would have gotten it eventually, but...
I went fast. It was fast.
It took me a week.
Took you a week? Holy shit.
From the time I started streaming to the time I streamed for whatever the minimum requirement a number of streams was.
That's impressive.
The exact amount of time it took. I got people from work to come in, and they actually don't come to my streams anymore. But listen, it got me started. Hey. I found some people, and
it works. Hey, you're affiliate now. You're doing it. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm very lucky that the first 2 people that watched my stream way back in the day are Brian, who's my mod, and Hannah, whose name is Adelaide. It's Adelaide, but I like to keep saying they've been there since like I think like around the beginning of December. It was really funny because Hannah's my friend from high school. I haven't talked to her since high school. She came in and I just called her never knew her, and she was like, oh hey, and like after 2 weeks or like a week or so, she was like, oh yeah, by the way, Will, this is Hannah. And I was like, wait, what? And so, yeah, ever since then, like they're still in almost every single one of my streams. And there's a lot of people who don't have their original like followers and viewers still watching. So I'm very, very lucky. Yeah.
Brianna would like to know, if you could travel to any place in the world, where would it be?
I'm trying to travel everywhere. I used to say the number 1 spot I've always wanted to go to was Yosemite in California. I did that February of last year actually. So hell yeah, I got that. The next place, if I'm going within the States, and if it's international, this is not the reasoning for it is more personal than actual, like, because it's cool. Is I want to go to London, England. And here's the reason why. I said in the beginning, I'm a big soccer fan. My team is Chelsea. And I got into it because when my parents divorced, I would always go every single weekend and watch a Chelsea game with my dad because he was a big fan. And me and my dad, before coronavirus hit, we were like, well, let's do a 4-day weekend where Friday we fly up Thursday night. Friday, we have a regular day. Saturday, we watch a Chelsea game in the home stadium together. Sunday, we hang out. Monday, we fly back. And so that right now is personally why I really want to go to London, is I want to have that time with my dad.
Betty would like to know, from 5 to 500, how much do you love streaming?
5 to 500. Oh, man. I'd give it a solid 420.
She's going to try to make that a 500.
She's going to, oh, hell yeah. That's what I love to hear. I had to say 420, but accurately, it would probably be a 420. There are moments where it's like, frustrating and tiring, but
I'd probably be closer to like a 370 myself, to be honest with you, if not a 350. Just because, just because of me. Like, when streams are going, I mean, there are 500 days. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, there are 500 days. Don't get me wrong.
It's just the fact that I'll take what should be like a 480 day, and I'll turn that into a 320 day for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Mental math, it works out, I'm sure. Is a hot dog really a sandwich? Betty really wants to know.
Oh God, Betty just got everyone in stream into a trap because I did this. I taught everybody this on stream. There is a thing, if you look up, and I'm not gonna go through it all because we would be here for another hour because I actually took an hour of stream instead of playing Minecraft to do it. There's a thing, if you Google search food cube rule, the first thing is the food cube rule, where it talks about what decides what is what based on where the actual structural starches are. You can really tell I'm an engineer now. And a sandwich has the structural starches on the bottom and the top, or at least on one other side. A hot dog isn't that. A hot dog has that little bit on the bottom. It doesn't matter the orientation. So again, like a sandwich is like, when you pick up a sandwich and hold it like this, it's still a sandwich. Problem is that a hot dog has that little bit on the bottom. So in the moment when it's attached, because you know how sometimes the bread breaks at that bottom part. In the moment when it is attached, a hot dog is technically a taco. But once it breaks, it does turn into a sandwich. So you can look up the rest of them. It's spicy. It's a spicy.
Basically wants to know, do you like turtle?
Do I like toidles? I like toidles. Hell yeah. I love that.
My Curious George would like to know, because he thinks you would be good at it. Would you be interested in sometime doing an IRL stream?
IRL stream? I actually want to do that. A lot of my streams are video games, but I also love doing random, unique streams. I've done a couple of me and chat look at $1 million houses on Zillow and decide which one's going to be our house, like together. I've done the best friend challenge where me and two of my friends on stream ask each other questions and we try to see who knows the best out of each other. And one of the things I want to do is I want to do a mixed drink stream and a cooking stream just for fun. I don't know how to set it up, and I haven't done any research because right now I'm hella attached to this computer. So I would need to get longer cables at least and a mobile mic. But an IRL stream, I would love to do that. I'd love to take chat to a tattoo shop and get tattooed. Go to an amusement park. Go out in a night around town. I think that would be fun. Anything that's like, I am a sucker for unique stream ideas, which is why I am a huge fan of Pay Money Wubby, because all of his streams are the most unique shit ever. Like compared to what other people do on Twitch. So if I can figure out how to do one of those, man, I would love that. I just need to figure out how expensive it is and how to actually make it work, because I have no clue.
When does a taco become a sandwich? Does it ever?
Sorry, what?
Does a taco ever become a sandwich? If so, when does it? We need to go pee.
A taco becomes a sandwich when that bottom part breaks. So again, if you look at a line, okay, sweet. Zell's gone, everybody. It's time to learn about food. Ladies and gentlemen, I have taken over the stream. Zell does not exist anymore. This is the Tumnus channel. Welcome. I'm happy that you guys are here. You asked the very important question. When does a taco become a sandwich? A taco becomes a sandwich. If you picture on a line, it goes like this. A taco, as you can see, goes boom, boom, boom. 3 locations of the structural starch. When that bottom one breaks and it's now just boom, boom, that is when it becomes officially a sandwich. Until then, it is always going to be a taco. Now, here's another question, chat, because I always ask this, and this is now just me ranting. When does a lasagna become something different? Now, this is my biggest question. Now, this is what I'm talking about. You ready? Vibe with me on this for a second. When I love this. I've never taken over someone else's stream. This is fucking amazing. When you have multiple cakes on top of each other. So like you have a main cake and then you have like another cake, like a wedding cake. You have a tiered cake. When you have multiple sandwiches on top, I got to finish this quick. When you have multiple sandwiches on top of each other, it's a double-decker sandwich. When you take a lasagna and stack it on top of another lasagna, it just becomes lasagna, chat. There is no amount of stacking of lasagnas to where you get something different, like a mega lasagna. It always is just lasagna. Okay, back to the questions. I took over stream. When I take over, oh, he's gone. Okay, guys, let's keep going. Okay, we're going to be talking about different. Okay.
No more sandwich talk. Listen, like, I was like, for some reason, I was just like, listen, like, I'm going to die. Like, I can't do another 10 minutes because I've been holding it for an hour. And I was like, I knew this was the right time. And I come back and you're like in the middle of a fucking diatribe. And I'm like, dude, I did the right thing here. They got a
little glimpse of what a Tumnus stream is like. Very loud, very enthusiastic, and very stupid. But that's what we is.
Caspiana asks, how do the winter holidays impact your streaming?
Oh man. Well, I haven't really experienced like the winter holidays. I don't really understand.
I think I can feel this one if you want me to.
I don't really know yet. I think I'm going to get a better view or a better understanding of it. Yeah, I feel like Zell could answer this more because he has a little more experience. I don't think I'm going to really understand this until next year. Because when I first experienced the winter holidays, I was still young. Like I didn't get my first. I
hadn't even been streaming. Okay, I wasn't even affiliated. So
exactly. Yeah,
I think what you're gonna find. So you're gonna find over the summer. Some people would say that it would dip. I think it's actually gonna go. You're gonna get. I would say that you're actually going to see an increase because a lot of kids are coming home.
Exactly.
So they'll actually like be able to watch your streams. Like I have a couple of people who are under the age of, like between the age of X and X, that actually will be able to come in more often. I will also say though the winter holidays are similar. And another reason why no, you're good. What are you saying?
Oh, I was saying like I saw that in the summer of like the past few weeks were a little slow, and then I thought, oh, it's because everybody is taking their final exams. So they're like studying their asses off. It's also because
the summer doesn't hit for the same time everywhere. My kids are still in school for 2 more weeks.
Oh my god!
Whereas kids in Florida have already been out for 2 weeks. You see the differences here? So I think I think over the summer and holidays in general, you'll generally see a little bit of bump, unless it's a big holiday where people go out. Now during the winter holidays, it's a little bit different because you're going to get your days where it's nice, big, and then you're going to get your days where it's just like everybody went shopping.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone went shopping,
including your regulars.
Yeah, you got to get that Christmas present for Grandma. You got to get ready for Grandma, and that's understandable. Don't watch my stream. Get Grandma that gift that it keeps on giving. No, you
can continue. Grandma that gets keys on giving.
Yeah, what I've also noticed, at least I noticed from other streamers, I felt like, and I'm not expecting this, so I don't want this to sound like I'm expecting this to happen, and I'm just gonna be sitting here like, where? But like, I noticed that people were a lot more generous, like gifting subs, gifting donations and stuff, and it's just because it's the holiday spirit and stuff like that. Again, not looking for that, but I did notice that when I was, because again, that's when I was in smaller people's streams around the Christmas time. And even I started like gifting a few subs at that time. So we'll see.
I'll really understand. Somebody's birthday, I cheered 500 bits. The next person cheered 10,000 bits, and immediately went to the end of a level 5 hype train. And then I gifted a sub, and then the next person gifted 5, then 5, then 10, and I was just like,
"Holy shit!
What have I started?"
Dude,
it was a Lands of Masters. He's a really nice guy, really nice streamer. But
dude,
definitely,
I will tell you what. Birthday streams will give you an unrealistic idea of how well you're doing.
No.
I went to over 100 subs after my birthday. and then literally after like a month later, it dropped to like 20, and I was like, oh, that's a slice of humble pie.
I think that I think Nate came in one day. I actually have an email for it. He came in and gifted like well over 100. And then my buddy, this was when tax season came in, I think, when like stimulus happened. And then my buddy came in, gifted another 50. Yeah. And I was sitting at like 190, if not 200 and something subs. And
yeah.
It was just like a random Tuesday. Like I'm saying Tuesday.
A random ass Tuesday.
Dude, it was just a random day. And like my sub alert was just going off, and I was just like, I mean, I'm not gonna mute it.
Just like, goddamn, all y'all, everyone in chat paid rent apparently, and they're like, I got this extra money here, take it.
No, it was literally one person just came in, and it was just like, I literally bought all my stuff, by the way, like everything on my stream.
I remember that. I remember that because I came in, and when I came in and started watching you, is like. When you bought all that stuff. I remember when you talked about that. So I didn't get to witness it, but I was like maybe a few weeks after that.
The laptop is the only thing I'm Yep. Oh. My laptop is the only thing currently I'm using for my stream that I did not buy from this. Oh, I have a stream deck that I bought for my birthday.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I need one of those.
So the last question from Betty, but I answered it for her. I put it in for her because I limited it to 3 is... What goes into you deciding to follow another streamer?
Ooh. I think the biggest thing is chat interaction, and I do a time limit. I had there's some people who's come up to me and say, hey, can you let me know what you think about like ask for tips, which is very flattering because I feel like I'm not at the point of where I'm at to be giving tips to people, so I just kind of like, this is kind of what I did. But like, I think the biggest thing is like, if I join someone's chat and they're not entertaining within the first 10 seconds, I'm probably not going to leave a follow. I don't care what game you're playing, I'm coming for entertainment. So if I see your chat interaction is on point, if I see that you're talking, you are, giving off positive vibes, then that's what's the biggest thing that's going to keep me entertained and keep me there with you. And I'm going to be like, I'm going to give you a follow because that shows that you're working your ass off to entertain these people. You're not just kind of like sitting here like, oh, yeah, or stuff like that. But I leave it to a time limit. Like, I will only I'll leave it to a time limit of like a minute. If this person doesn't start entertaining in a minute, then I'm probably not going to leave them a follow because they're too focused on the game. The only exception is if I join in someone's stream and they're like in something intense, like a Final Fantasy boss fight or a Dark Souls boss fight. Obviously, I don't expect anybody to talk to any if I was in a Dark Souls boss fight, I'm literally tuned in. That's the only exception, but. The biggest thing is entertainment for me. It's always that. It's always putting your chat first and first and foremost, and then secondly, just being a positive vibe, bringing out a positive outlook, because so many people bring negativity to this world, and I feel like content creators have a chance to bring something entertaining and something positive. And if you're abusing that, then I'm not vibing with you. I'm sorry. Sorry, mate.
I have to ask the question before I go into my own little rant about follows. Why did you follow Zellshot, Tumnus? I know exactly why I followed you, by the way.
Oh, you did? Oh, I can't.
I know exactly why I followed you.
I think I'm trying to remember because again, you were in the beginning, you were in the first month pre-affiliate. So I met Chill on the streamer, the Twitch startup Discord. And he was a cool dude. He was chill. He was funny as hell. And I really loved that. And, he rated you. And, there was something about you going, I think you were like, Chill bites with the raid. And I was like, oh, this guy's kind of funny.
Every time. See, that's one of those things I was talking about earlier where I said I toned it down for So, for instance, my idea, I have goals on the stream, and my idea for the goal is just to be like throwing my hands up and be like, goal! Like you would like in a soccer match, right?
Yeah.
Hilarious. Gets them every time. Now, the thing is I can't do that when the baby's sleeping.
No.
It's like the most loud, obnoxious fucking goal.
Yeah.
It might have been that. So I actually know why I followed you. I followed you because you weren't affiliated yet.
Oh yeah.
I follow anybody. I might have even tried to get you a couple follows, or you might have gotten there. I don't even know. I fucking lose track of shit. Anyway, so yeah, I actually follow most, if not anybody I see who are under 50 follows. From there, I'll like gauge it. Like if I really don't like a person, like if I go to their stream, because I'll try to go to their stream and I'll hang out. If I really don't like a person, I'll fucking just be like, listen, I just can't, like, as you said, like a negativity thing. Like I've went into a couple streams where people are being wicked, weird, and negative and bitchy, and I'm just like, or they'll like start saying something. I'll be like, never mind. Like if I don't feel like I could raid you, you're not getting a follow. And then the same thing.
Another thing is chat as well. Chat also has to be.
Oh yeah. If you let your chat run like animals, they'll run like animals. But if
can I say one thing? Because I heard about this. I'm sorry, because this hit me because I just thought about this since you were talking about chat. Artie was telling me, he's another streamer, another great streamer, who's about to do it full time. He was saying that he tried to like in the early part of his streams, like he's averaging probably 30 to 60 right now. I don't know where he's at exactly, but this is back when he was in the 20s. He raided someone. And you know how, like, when you raid someone, you do like most people do a raid message. Mine is always get raided fools with a bunch of hype emotes.
Get raided fools. Where'd you get that from?
That just came out the dome for real. But he raided someone. They did like a raid message, and everyone spammed it. And someone from his chat who was a VIP, and he was like, I don't know if he was having a bad day or something, but he said in chat, wow, way to spam. Have you ever thought about killing yourself? And I was like, what? I was like, what the fuck? That is like the worst thing ever. And like, yeah, that was like, dude, like,
oh,
that's,
man, I can't even. Man.
It's like one of those things you don't know what to say. You're just sitting here like...
Actually, I'm not going to lie to you. I've had a very weird, recent, similar situation. Not like that. Not that bad. But I raided somebody, and they were like, hey, is this one of the bad raids or one of the good raids? And then I was just very confused from there. And I was just like, what? They're like, well, you know, you can get the assholes who come in and are like assholes. And I'm just like...
Yeah.
I mean, you could, but like... Why are you assuming that this random raid is bad? They were playing like Doom or something. No, they were playing Hollow Knight. They had just started the game, and I followed them for their title. I actually like their title. And then through the course of the conversation, I'm just like, well, I hope it's one of the good raids, but at the same time, like...
That dude must have had a shitty time with a raid or something, but like...
Well, the multiple, and then when he ended his stream, he didn't raid anybody. And I was just like...
Dude, no.
I was just like... It was so weird. As I said, it's not the same. It's clearly not the same level.
Yeah.
But like he's just like, is this one of the good or the bad ones? And then like I was actually switching over to my phone because it was a nap time raid, and then I like, finally got in there and I was just like, well, I hope it's a good raid, but weird start, bro.
Dude, I'm very lucky that I've never raided someone. Like I take raids very serious. Because when I raid someone, I'm like, I want to make sure that I'm passing on the entertainment in good hands. I've always been a person that like recommendations are very serious to me. If I recommend something to you, I'm telling you right now, I recommend it to you. Because I personally believe if I say, hey, I recommend you to watch this streamer, and that streamer is like just a piece of shit, like he's just a rude person, then you're going to be like, wow, why'd you recommend him? He was awful, you know, and people aren't going to trust me as much with the recommendations. So I think because I have that very serious process of who I'm going to raid for the most part, I haven't had an experience like that, luckily, but oh my gosh. Yeah. I've heard horror stories of like you raid someone and they literally are just like playing their game. They're just like, ah, and just go back to their game. And it's like, are you serious? Like, I don't know. Like raids are so special. Someone picked you to bring their community over.
And you know, it was crazy too, because it was like a decent afternoon stream, and I raided this person, right? And it was like his first time Hollow Knight, and I literally, out of all the people I could have raided in Hollow Knight, I picked him just for his title. Like, I even came in with like a compliment and everything. I was like, I literally graded you for your title, and he's just like, is this one of the bad ones? And I'm literally just like,
are you serious? Like,
now it is.
Yeah, exactly. Now it is. You made it like that. Like, that's why I have like, if you've never been in one of my streams when I raid, but I have a Leorn board set up for this super epic
it's amazing.
Super epic raid thing. It took me until the wee hours of the morning. Listen, I love it.
I've seen raid videos, right? Like where people play a raid video and those are like hit or miss. And I thought that was wicked cool. I was literally just like, man, how do I get me one of these?
Thank you.
Because it's not like a video or something. It's like some weird camera trick that was just fucking awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it's just Leorn board going between different scenes, and I have a scene where it's just my camera, and then basically, chat for the people in chat, it like switches me to like it switches my camera around, and then the camera starts to break, and then it goes to a 404 not found raid message or raid too hype or something like that. Like that's like because if someone's coming in, like if someone chose you out of the millions of people who are streaming, you better entertain. You better put on those tapping shoes and dance, bitch. I'm just saying. Like, that's an honor. Don't be that person that's just like, oh, is this one of the good raids or the bad raids? Same thing with chat. Like, I tell chat, hey, if we get raided, go freaking bananas. Go, say hi to everybody and stuff like that. Like, it's just one of those things. When someone decides to do something, whether it's chat, follow, subscribe, raid, give donations or bits or anything, you tell them how much it means because they chose to give their time, give their energy, give their streaming community, or give their actual money to you. That is an honor. That will always be an honor, And so many people take that for granted, and it bugs me so much. It bugs me so much. I also think that
a lot of people who shouldn't take it for granted too.
I know.
There are a lot of people. I mean, those doing glass houses shouldn't throw stone. There are a lot of smaller people who literally are just like confusion ? So moving on to some of the final questions.
Of course.
What is the biggest Twitch controversy that impacted you or caught your attention?
Twitch controversy.
Yep.
Huh. Like, what do you mean by Twitch controversy specifically?
Controversy being one of the big ones, like whether it's DMCA, hot tub streams, I feel like there are more. I can't think of them. People are generally better at coming up with whatever their idea was.
It used to be DMCA for me. A lot of people don't like hot tub streamers, but I'm kind of just like, it is what it is. Good for you for finding a loophole in the system and doing what you got to do. I'm not going to waste my time complaining.
My thing about hot tub streams, I think this is a decent standpoint, is like, I think it probably should be against the rules. Right?
Oh, yeah.
But nobody who's going to a hot tub stream is going to be coming to mine instead, so.
Of course, I'm not losing any no one who's
depending on, I mean, it really depends. Like, this is a very specific situation. Like, I'm sure there's, but like, yeah, I think you're breaking the rules and it should probably not be allowed. At the same time, nobody who's watching your stream is coming for this. Yeah, like, I'm sorry.
No one who's watching Amaranth is like, oh, I'm gonna go watch this person play Cuphead. It's like, no, you didn't come for that. Like, and I understand why Twitch hasn't banned it, because then if they ban bikinis or whatever, and I do an IRL stream, I'm near the what's it called? The beach. So I can't do an IRL stream near my hometown or whatever. Because I'm near the beach. There's a lot of people in the area that just wear like short shorts and a bikini top. So then I would get in trouble. So I understand. And there was a bunch of people who saw a loophole and they took it. And I respect that, because they found a way to make it work for them. It is what it is. For me, it used to be DMCA, but I'll be honest with you. RD has changed my mind on that. Because RD plays DMCA free or whatever. He plays whatever songs he wants. And I said, aren't you afraid of DMCA? And he said, I'll be honest with you, man. I have been streaming whatever songs I want. And he you know, he's getting up to partner status. He's like, I stream whatever I want. And I have never gotten a DMCA ban. They mute my videos, but that's it. And ever since then, I've tried it out. And I have yet to get an email saying I've gotten my first strike or anything like that. So I'm still testing it out. If I get a strike, then, you know, it'll go back to me being a problem. I don't like the idea of DMCA. You know, I'm not a fan of it, especially if you're playing very popular music. Like, I understand if you're a smaller dude. Like, there are some people on, like, the music side of Twitch who are, like, smaller guys that are like, hey, don't take my music just for your stuff because I'm literally not making anything off of this right now. But if you're taking it from, like, a literal top artist or whatever, like, really? They're missing that much money?
Yeah.
Like, really? Really? So, like, but I haven't had any trouble with it. And even if this doesn't work and I can't play whatever music I want, I found some really good artists who allow you to play their music on stream as long as you give them a shout out and like, I have an exclamation point music thing. And then there's one person I'm looking to try to get some music good. His name's Zach Tunes. He's pretty good. And he has music on Spotify, and he says, just put this banner in your about page. That's it. And you're good. So people have found a way around it, which is fantastic. Thank God. Because I think before I started streaming was when DMCA was really bad to where there wasn't a solution and you just didn't have music. You're kind of just screwed. But
I mean,
yeah.
I removed a bunch of sound effects and I've thought about putting them back in. Not the specific ones, but different ones that somebody came up with a nice little, what are we going to call it, loophole. So I had a bunch of Futurama ones that I used to use. And they were like, well, what if you did the quotes yourself? And I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
That would probably be fine. And you know what?
Yeah.
I think that would be more funny.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that would be hilarious. That's smart. Yeah. Like, people have found ways around the DMCA. Does it suck? Yes, it does suck. It really sucks that you can't just do whatever you want. But the
funny thing though is it never bothered me because when I did my affiliate agreement and everything, it was like the copyright thing, and I was just like, okay, I'm just never gonna play music on my stream like this unless it's copyright free. I don't usually play music on my stream. I have a friend who's a DJ who shared some tunes with me that I can use. Otherwise, it never bothered me because I was just like, oh yeah, well, obviously. Like, when it happened, I was just like, this is shitty, but you probably shouldn't have been using copyrighted music.
Yeah, exactly. It is what it is. I understand from a smaller, like, I understand if you are like a small music streamer and someone takes your music and doesn't give them credit, that sucks because they literally are not making anything. But if you're playing fucking Ariana Grande, I don't think she's going to care, you know, that you're using her music. It's not like she's losing any money or anything like that. And like, for me, I really like music. I use a lot of my music. Like, I use a lot of music in stream because I really think music has a lot to do with keeping the hype, I guess, would be the way to go. Like, I think of Ludwig and the way that he uses his music. And there's and also LJ, who's the stream scheme guy.
Yeah. How
he uses music to really get things set up. And I completely agree. Like, for my countdown timer, I have it set up to where it's chill. The first two songs are very chill. And then the last 30 seconds up to the beat drop is hype music. And then when the beat drops is when I come in. And like, those are the little niche things that I really love diving deep into. Whether it's going into the music.
That I'm sitting here like, that sounds great. I could never make that work. There are times where after 10 minutes of starting soon, I'm still waiting.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Kids going in bed. Whatever's going on.
Yeah, we're different stages of life. I don't know what's going to happen whenever I have a kid. You know, 2, 5, 10 years down the road. I don't know when it's going to be, but you know, I'm very lucky that I have a wife that usually when I stream, she's off at the brewery doing her thing. So I just have a dog that sleeps right there. And I'm, you know, different stage of life.
Speaking of LJ, I mean, this is one of those things, as I said, I talked about where we're similar. You watch a lot of tip videos, right?
I do. I love tip videos.
I feel like we're very similar where we will consume, like, I'll give it a chance. I won't always like. I watched one Ashley Crest, and then I was just like, I watched another half of one, and then I was just like, that was half a video too many for her. But
yeah,
I will watch almost any tip video just to see what they have to say, because I take everything with a grain of salt, and then I put my own mix on it. Do you find tip videos helpful?
I find tip videos very helpful. A lot of the content that I've learned from and like how to do this are from tip videos, because I'm always a person that's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I need to learn from something. And if someone's willing, someone who has the credentials, someone like LJ who got affiliate in, he got affiliate in a month, and he's now rocking a solid 300 to 400 viewer stream, three or four times a week. He's done it. He's done it. He's in the top 1%. He did something right. He has some good advice to give. And I take those advice and I try to spin it to, you don't want to be a carbon copy of anybody. If someone wants to watch a carbon copy of Tim the Tap Man, they'll go watch Tim the Tap Man. Yeah. Same thing with Dr. Disrespect. I know a lot of people try to copy Dr. Disrespect. I always look at tip videos and I say, how can I apply this to me? How can I apply this to me and make my content better? Because I will never, if I stay at this average of 14 viewers, if I go up to partner status, if I go up to over 100 average viewers in a month, I will never say that my content is good enough, because your content is never good enough. Your content might be good now. Is it going to be good in a month from now? It's going to be good 2 months from now. You always got to think about, how can I improve my content? How can I change my content up for the better?
Or be willing to, even not necessarily 100% that, but also like be willing to put new ideas in and try new things, and not just keep it. Even if you try new things and they don't work, I'm sure that you get something out of it. I mean, obviously, like levels and whatever, different viewership rates, blah blah, but garbage. But like, if you keeping people interested, like if there's never a feeling of what's next, if you're just gonna come, it's gonna be the same thing. Like maybe you're definitely gonna have the core people who just really like the same thing, but a lot of people will just be like, well, it'll die off.
Yeah. And that's why I'm slowly adding new things. I look at back when I was at month 2, no Leorn board, no fancy camera, none of this. And it was just kind of me doing my own thing. And I was sitting there, I was like, how can I make this better? Let me try to make chat more interactive with, like, I started off very simple before I was an affiliate. How can I make chat more interactive? Streamlabs has a great thing where you can use points, not channel points that you get when you're affiliate, but points in, like, just from watching that you can use to duel, gamble, go on heists and all that stuff. I learned that from Stream Scheme. Great way for chat interaction. Okay, sweet. I got affiliate. How can I make it more entertaining? Oh, well, there's this thing called Leorn board that a streamer called Nutty does a bunch, and Andy Lippy does a bunch of stuff on how to make it more interactive. Like, I'm always looking, and then it goes down to, okay, how can I make other content better? Besides just buying a new mic. Okay, let me spend hours. Like, people, like, I never realized, like, how much work streamers go off stream time to focus on that stuff. When it comes down to, I've spent hours making Leorn board alerts for people to interact with. I have spent hours getting this damn microphone to not sound like ass, because I'm unique, because I yell at everything. So I peak all the time. Being
I feel like I have that issue.
Dude, this mic has been the bane of my existence. I still don't have it tuned in perfectly. And that will always be an uphill battle. There's so much, like, little details, including also being in other people's streams, chatting with other people, building connections. From just hanging out with cool people. There's so much. And then you also go into your Discord and how to make your Discord more interactive. God forbid you start a YouTube channel. Now you have to look at how to make that, like, the more stuff you do, the more you start thinking, how can I revolutionize this? How can I take it? We're here now. How do I take it to the next level? And it's a big thing. It's a big thing. And it's all something I'm always going to look at. So tip videos help me a lot, because They give me an idea. If it's an inspiration for something or leads me to another idea, then yeah. And I will take tips from people who are reputable all the time. I'm also asking streamers that I know personally. I've asked you before. I've asked other streamers, like, based on what you've seen, do you see anything that I can do to make it more entertaining? Because I'm always learning. I'm always there to learn more, because I'm never going to be at a point where I say, I know enough. I'm good enough. It's just never going to happen. So, yeah, I love tip videos.
If you could go back to when you started streaming and give yourself one piece of advice, what would it be?
I would say, I would tell him to hold on and be ready. Because you're in for a wild ride. Because again, I grew very fast, very quickly, with very consistent people. I got very lucky. And I was not ready for that. I never expected to be here. I was expecting 6 months from now to maybe have like 4 or 5 people. Maybe not even doing it anymore. I don't know. But I would also, and then this is where the advice would come in. I would say, hold on to that moment and remember it. Because you're going to have times where the people don't show up. And you need to remember that you need to remember the good moments to hold on in for the hard moments, I would say. Not bad moments. I've never had a bad moment on stream. I've had times where it's hard and I'm in my head. You know, and to constantly remind yourself, you're doing this to entertain. You're not doing this just to be successful at it. If that comes, awesome. If not, then so be it. So, yeah.
So
something like
one question and then the final unmasking segment. So the question is,
all right.
Well, I guess it's not a question. It is, sell your stream to us, Tumnus. Why should we go to a Tumnus stream? Even though I know Betty's been selling it all day in chat. Why should we go to a Tumnus
I love
stream?
Betty. Oh man. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen. For one, look at the suit. No. If I'm being real, if I'm being real for a moment, because I'm a very entertaining person, the point of my stream is to give anybody a moment to get away from all the mess, all the garbage, all the stress, all the bullshit that life gives you, and have something to laugh at, something to be entertained at. And I do that with high energy. I do that with positivity. I do that with very stupid, random things. But the biggest thing is big positive hype vibes. Anyone who is in my chat, you know, is like a brother or a sister to me. And I'm here to just make good entertainment and make people feel welcomed, loved, and maybe make their day just a little bit better in the end. So that's my serious thing. The not so serious thing, guys, did you hear about the sandwiches and the lasagnas? If that didn't bring... Okay.
I knew it. He was going to go in the damn sandwich thing again.
The goddamn
you said non-serious,
sandwich.
and I was like, he's going to say some sandwich.
No, I went serious for a minute. I had to bring it back to my regular self, but...
So, are you ready for our wonderful unmasking, Mr. BigOlTumnus?
I don't think I'll ever be ready, but I'll give it my best go. How about that?
So, let me know when you would like me to unmask you, kind sir, okay?
I got you. Let me drink some water. A little last bit. The stream's also a little delayed, but okay, I'm ready. Take the glasses off. Is the mask off?
It's off.
There we go.
You don't trust me? Damn.
I'm sorry. The stream's delayed. How's it going, guys? My name's gamer. Oh God, I'm messing this up. My Twitch name is Tumnus, but my real name is Will. And if I'm being real, I'm tired. Life is not hard in a way of it being bad. It's just a lot. I became an engineer because it started with my dad saying, "I want you to be an engineer." which led into me doing it, which then led me to continue to do it. And now I'm at a point where I still do it because I have a family and I want to provide for them. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like a lot of my life, I have spent it saying yes to other people in sacrifice for myself. And one of the main reasons why I decided to stream was because I wanted to do what I wanted to do, which was to entertain people. And I don't know how long I will do it for. I would love to do it for the rest of my life, but I know that, I can't do it forever. I don't know how long I'll do it for. But I know for a fact that I'm finally saying, with streaming, I'm saying yes to what I want to do. Yes to my dreams. And it feels good to sometimes say yes to your dreams. I'm not saying streaming's for everyone, because streaming is not for everyone. I still don't even know if streaming is fully for me, because it is fucking hard and fucking tiring. You get home from a 10-hour shift and you're just like, man, I just want to take a nap or do nothing. But in the end, I look at where I've lived my life, and I don't regret anything I've done. I don't. But I realized at a point that I was saying yes to my job of being an engineer because of expectations from family, expectations from providing for a family, expectations for whatever. And this was the one thing I could say, I'm going to do this for me, because deep down inside, I've always wanted to entertain, and this is my chance to do it. And so I did it. And I never in a million years expected the response and to grow to where I'm at today. And I hope that I can continue to do that. And I hope I can continue to stream forever. And I don't know how long it'll be, but in the end, I would never give this up for the world, because this was, for me, one of the biggest milestones in my life to do something for me. And, I'm proud of myself, and I don't talk about that a lot. And I criticize myself a lot. I always focus on the nitty-gritty of what I can do better. But, in the end, making this decision and sticking with it for this long so far, I'm proud of myself for that. So, yeah, that's me. I hope that was good.
Oh, you hope that was good. That was awesome, Tumnus.
Thank you.
Oh, goodness. Showing what a true unmasking is supposed to be, kind sir.
Thank you.
Top 3 guarantee. Thank you so much, by the way. Thank you for those words. I appreciate it, because obviously that's the whole point of the unmasking, is to be real. A lot of the time, once again, going to the start of the podcast and the introductions, a lot of the time when we're streaming, it's not about being real, Like, yes, sometimes we'll, go on our tangents or our rants or whatever, but it's not about being real. It's about everybody that we're trying to entertain. So a lot of times what we're actually feeling or thinking, it's not always the right time.
Yeah, you want to be yourself, but there is a level that where you're entertaining, where you have to say you had a bad day at the office, that needs to go into the back burner because you're entertaining other people, and that can drain. That can be draining. So,
well, thank you so much for being on the podcast. Thank you for your investing.
It was an honor. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This has been so much fun.